Years, brother man. That's coming in from Nino. What up, Nino? What happened to Citus Heroes? Not sure. You know what I'm saying? I haven't paid attention to it. You know what I mean? Every project is not guaranteed to survive. That's why you got to be balanced and diversified. That's in my ebook. That's for sure. Yo, OG, what's good, man? Love to see. Yeah, I love that too. Missed a few. Need this alpha. Yeah. I was gone for it over the weekend. Remember, I told you I set y'all up and showed you that this week is gonna be really big. Yoda Blockchain, please tell me your opinion on Pepe and She for the end of the bull run. Well, Shiba Inu is gonna do pretty cool, but Pepe runs all the time. I mean, and Shiba Inu and Doge are OG coins. They're in the top 20, so yeah, they're gonna perform. When these altcoins perform, everything performs in the top 100. Everything turns green, so you'll be totally fine. Hold the nose, but there's some other mean coins you should definitely be paying attention to. Penguins, pudgy penguins. Stock all-time highs last several days, and crypto just ranging. Crypto is not just ranging. Y'all bugging. Y'all not reading charts right. Crypto is not. It's stock. He said stock market all-time highs, and crypto is just ranging. Crypto is not just ranging. You tripping. You can go back and look at the charts. Maybe I'll help y'all out by looking at those charts for you right now. Because for those of you who say crypto is just ranging, you are wrong. All right. So today is September the 15th. And so for those of you who say crypto is just ranging, let me just prove to you that you are wrong. You are absolutely wrong. And, if I say that, I have to prove it to you. I just can't say that, right? So when you say ranging, let me show you what a range is. Let me show you what ranging is. Let's find something let's show you what ranging would look like this. Right? This would be ranging if something was just moving sideways like this. That's literally called ranging. Right? To where if you just take this box and you just do something like this, right? That's called ranging. Right, where you got a high here, then a low. Let's see this low, that low right there, and this is high right here, higher. This is a range. You're just ranging sideways like this. Now these are small little moves inside of here, but this is more so a range. So when you tell me crypto is ranging, I disagree with you. Like, what are you talking about? Look at the range. What do you mean? Like, since this is when it was ranging, it's not ranging anymore. From this breakout right here. And this is the total 3 right here. That's 262 billion. Look, hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions, 262 billion. $262 billion just came flying into these altcoins that you're saying it's ranging. No, it's not. No, it is not. I'm only just keeping it real. You guys know I don't know how to do anything but keep it real. Crypto is not ranging. Go back and look at your chart. It's not ranging. No. That's $262 billion. Now, that's coming back here from July. Look, I keep it real. This is coming back from this ranging area of, June, July area, right? Watch this. If we go here and we look at something more recent, because you say that it's ranging, today is September the 15th. Look, it's September the 15th. So let's just go back 15 days. Look, that's 2 days, that's 3 days, that's 5 days, that's 7 days, that's 9 days. Look, you say it's ranging. Look, we're only back in the last 10 days. Look, let me show you. In the last 10 days, from here up here, look, 120, look, hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions, $126 billion came flying into these altcoins over here. Okay, this is the top 100. Let me go to the top 100, show it to you. Right? $126 billion came flying into the top 100 and all the other rest of these cryptos. This is the total 3, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, and now that it's having a pullback, it's still not ranging. This was a very, very big uptrend for 120 something billion dollars. And now that it's pulled back, it's still $70 billion floating around in these altcoins right now. I'm only keeping it real from you. This is somebody tell me if that's true or not. Let me go back. Let me go forward to make sure that that's absolutely true what I'm saying here. Look, from this candle right here, right there, to where we are right here, that's 9 days and 8 hours. I'm on a 4-hour chart. So 9 days and 8 hours, we have seen 70 billion and as much as 120 something billion come flying into the altcoin. So this is not ranging. This is a major, major pull to the upside. And if you know anything about this, what does this look like? I'm just asking for those who know how to chart. What does this look like right here? You can say it out loud if you know. What does that look like? If you know, if you've been around me long enough, what does that look like? Come on now. So when you tell me that crypto is ranging, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I'm going to have to say, I don't think so. It's not ranging. If you better pay attention to what is looking like a bull flag right before the FOMC meeting Wednesday. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at. You know. Yeah. 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 That's I would be paying attention to that. That is for sure. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I'm just answering these questions up here. A lot of risk on Wednesday, though. You said a lot of risk on Wednesday, though. Yeah, I agree with that. What is that? Welcome to the markets. You don't know what Jerome Powell's going to say on TV Wednesday. So, yeah, a lot of risk. A lot of risk to the upside or to the downside. Which one are you thinking that's going to happen? If they come in here and they cut rates and you're not in position, meaning you don't have a position in the market, they could be a very bad thing for you, right? Right. We've already had a run up, and which means the direction of the market for your cryptos is already in an uptrend. The direction for your cryptos is already in an uptrend, leading into an FOMC meeting where Jerome Powell may come on TV and cut rates. So when you say a lot of risk, you have to adjust what you want your risk to look like. I agree. Very, very, very high chance that he comes in here and he cuts rates is what I'm trying to say to you. Do you want me to show you something else on these charts that y'all probably not looking at? I know a lot of people don't look. They don't look. They don't go back further enough to look to see what the deal is. They don't go back here and show you. Let me go back here and show you. Let me show you. Are you ready? Watch. We know that this here is looking like a bull flag, but let's just get rid of this real quick. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of these drawings. You see this right here? Look, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to grab this. Now, I'm going to turn my camera around. Hold on for a second. Pay very, very close attention to what I'm about to show you on the charts. Pay very, very close attention to what I'm about to show you on these charts. Just tell me if it's something that you think is important or not. Watch, check it out. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in this area right here. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to zoom in. You see this right here? I'm going to go up here and I'm going to grab this horizontal line and I'm going to slap it right here. Just right here. I'm just going to slap that right there. Now, I could do real professional and draw something that would come and cover these wicks down here like this. But I'm just going to see, why am I doing this? Look, this candle touches this line here. That candle touches, this candle touches, and this candle touches. All right, 2 candles starts a trend. 3 candles a very strong trend. 4 candles is pretty much a brick wall. Now, pay attention to what I'm showing you. If you look at this line and you go back, why did these candles, why are they stopping here? Why you think? Well, let's go back and look. Look what happens over here. Pay attention. I'm going to zoom out. Look. Look what happens now. I'm going to click here and I'm going to zoom out. Look. Keep watching. You see it? Tell me you see it. Right there. You see that? You see that? We had a bottom down here. This ran all the way up here and met resistance right here. That is called resistance. So it came down here and then you get this chop up here. Comes back up here. Look. Comes here. Tested a couple more candles. Look. Tries to break out. Look. 1, 2, 3. Couldn't break out. This is a break. This is a break. And this is the retest. What was once resistance is looking like it is now support before Wednesday. This is the total 3. This controls 90-something% of these altcoins. What was once resistance. Look when it was resistance back here. Look at the date. August. I'm not, men lie, women lie, our numbers don't lie. August 13th, this was resistance. What was once resistance is now looking like it wants to turn into support. Right after you see this, remember, this is a down channel that is now finding support on this down channel here, support on this, right? And also forming a bull flag. Do you think that this is important? I want to make sure you see that this is also a bull flag. You see it? On top of that, this is the 4-hour chart. This is still bullish. You see how these are also finding support inside of these EMA ribbons as well? You see that? That is an EMA ribbon. It is finding support on these EMAs as well, not breaking down past the 50 EMA right here, not getting past this SMMA 50. This is, do you see what I see? I don't have a crystal ball, but if you was just, if you was just in a private coaching session with me and I showed you that, if you was in a private coaching session, then I'll say, what was once resistance is now support before Wednesday's FOMC meeting. No. So I don't have a crystal ball. Could we lose that support? Sure. But until you do so, you should pay attention. Watch this. I'm not done. Let's get rid of these EMAs. Look, see, you only see a couple candles here because I'm on a 4-hour chart. Let's go and look at the 2-hour chart. We're on the 2-hour chart now. Look. There's more candles. Let's look here on the 1-hour chart. Wow. Look. Break, past support, back up, support. Support. Lost support here. Look, find support on the bottom of this channel here. Back up, support. Do you see it now? Let me go here and look at a 15-minute chart. I'm just curious. 15-minute chart. Boom. Look, see this? Back up above that and now approaching, trying to break out above this right here. Do you know what that is? That's called a median line. Pay attention. When you are above the median line, you challenge the top side of this. When you are, look, support, you challenge the top side. It's only when you lose the median line that you come down here. This is now challenging this median line to try to break past. After finding the support, it's now trying to break past this median line. I can get off the live right now, right? Y'all know, if you're watching me, I can end the live right now. You kind of get an idea of what's happening right now. The market makers, what they do is they ran the market up and everybody thought that everything was going to be super, super crazy bullish and stuff like that. And then they slammed the market down on you to get you scared, get you confused. Right? Now you're bearish, you're scared, you're bearish, I'm like, right. This is what they do. This is how they do it. That's how they do it. They get you scared. you're not sure, man. Man, I don't really know. I don't really know. You don't. Somebody, what they say right here, jackpot when Mill said, "You're the best, bro." Straight legend. I'm just trying to let people know how charts work, man. I'm just trying to show them how the charts work so they don't mess stuff up because I'm actually gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna screenshot this and put it back on the 4-hour chart so I can show people where resistance was and now what's looking like support. That way, stuff plays out and it goes absolutely ape shit or something. We'll be able to say, yep, if you remain above support, right? If you remain above support, then you are just gonna have to. Let me go screenshot this. You know why it broke out and went crazy. If you lose that support, then you know why it will go down. Period. All right, so we got that screenshotted. Let me show y'all something else, if you don't mind. If y'all don't mind, you allow me to expand on this a little bit more, I will. I'm gonna show you something. You're not looking at stuff on the macro, but I got you. Big game. Are y'all with me? Let me know if you're with me. It's Monday. I'm trying to put that battery in your back. I've been gone all weekend and I'm here. Let me know. Y'all ready? Thumbs up if you're ready. Sarah said, it's the big picture now. Sarah, we got to show them the big picture now. We got to show them the big run it. They say, run it. All right, bet. Check it. That's the micro. That's us zooming in, kind of seeing what's going on here with this picture here. But now we got to zoom out. Now we got to zoom out. What do you see now? I don't know what the hell I see. I don't know. We got to zoom out. What do you see now? I don't know what the hell I see. I don't know. Let me just get here where I'm really you see it now? Let me show you the big picture. So you was looking at the small picture. Now I'm showing you the big picture. You see this happening, but look at the macro picture now. You are inside of a massive. Look at this. Somebody say, now let me just get rid of this real quick. And just look at this ascending channel right here. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Now you're having this little pullback right here. Look at the median line, right? If you lose the median line, down goes Fraser, right? If you get above the median line, you challenge the top side. Losing this median, I'm talking about this dotted line from this top up here where there's resistance and this bottom down here where there's support, okay? You see that? Now look at where you are right now. People are telling me that this doesn't look bullish and this, that, and the third. You are literally coming down right here and you are finding support, which is right above this median line. If this is support, this is going to rock it back up and do this on you. Okay? You see it? Oh, that's why y'all be looking at y'all be zooming in. Y'all be zooming in and then you look at the large picture like, oh, okay. Then I don't even, you know what? That don't even look that bad. You know what, Cal? You know what? When I look at that right there, that don't even look bad. That don't even look that bad right there. To be honest with you, that don't even look that bad, bro. Right. That's why you gotta know how to chart. If you don't have my course, you're missing a lot of what will make you a lot of money. I'm serious. Because if you don't know how to chart, if you can't find what direction the market is going, if you don't know where support and resistance is for the macro view, which we're looking at the total 3, or your total or just an asset itself, one that you want to invest in, if you don't know what the probability of what it's going to do, then you're just lost. You're just throwing money at something and you're praying and hoping that, you make something of it. That's not how it works. You got to actually have some probability and know what's going on. Am I right? Come on, man. Talk to me. Is it a good idea to stay liquid till the announcement? listen, I'm in the market, guys. I have stop losses, you know what I'm saying, in case we lose support on something major like that total three that I just showed you. And I know where my stop losses need to be on my actual individual assets. But I'm in the market. Listen, why would I not be in the market? If Jerome Powell comes on the TV and says that they're cutting rates and it's like 50 basis points or 25 and the market rallies, you're gonna be chasing the market. I don't want to chase. I want to actually be in the market ready to go. So if it starts running, I'm ready to go. Please believe. What's stronger, median line or resistance? Somebody said, what's stronger, median line or resistance? The median line is resistance or it is support. It's the same. Look, what's stronger, median line or resistance? I'm answering your question the right way. Right? This median line, it is resistance or it is support. Look, if you come down right here, right, and you can't hold the top side of it, it's not support, right? You lose the support and it becomes, look, you come right here, look, boom, find support right here. So now that's support on that median, right? Didn't have enough juice to challenge the top side of this. So it comes back to try to find support, right? And loses it. Now, when it comes back here, rallies up, look, that's now resistance. On the top side, it's support. On the bottom side, trying to break back up, it becomes resistance. This median line just lets you know what's happening as your market for your total three, which is all of your altcoins. As it's going up this ascending channel, it's letting you know when it's going to be on the bearish side of things, meaning the bottom side of this median line, or the bullish side of things, meaning finding support on the top side. Support on the top side allows you to go up. Resistance on the bottom, look, is here. Look at this. Rallies up, it's support. Rallies up, tries to find support again, loses the support. Down, as it pushes back up, look, gets rejected. Now it's resistance. Back down here, guys. Right? That's how things work. Support and resistance for sure. The other day, somebody was on my live and they was like, this guy trades off support and resistance. Well, duh, most pro traders do trade off support and resistance, but we also have other indicators as well. We understand macroeconomics, we understand the microeconomics, we understand all different type of other indicators. But if you don't understand support and resistance, you can't make no damn money in this at all. Because every asset, and I don't care what it is, you have to find where the support is and where the resistance is. Because you're trying to sell resistance and you're trying to buy support. For those of you who a couple days ago, and when I say a couple days ago, I'm gonna pinpoint this and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Friday and Saturday, you was ecstatic. No, we're gonna keep it real. I'm about to make it plain for everybody on here. Listen, what I'm about to say to you will make so much sense to you, it's ridiculous. Now, I gotta do something first before I make like total sense. I gotta come in here and I gotta hide some things real quick. So I am going to do that. I'm going to get rid of these brush marks because I don't need those. Let's get rid of the brush marks. And I'm going to hide this trend line. I'm going to hide this parallel. I'm going to hide the parallel. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide this parallel line and I'm going to get rid of these here. Don't even need those anymore. Now, no, I'm going to hide this for sure. Okay. Listen to what I'm about to say to everybody. Friday and Saturday. Shit, even look, all the way from last Saturday, which was the 6th, from the September, from September the 6th, all the way up until just this past Saturday, the 13th. Oh, y'all was loving life. Y'all was loving life. Your altcoins was going crazy. Well, pay attention. For the person that came in here and tried to act smart, oh, this guy trades off support, support. This dude, people like that are clowns. Look at the date. That's September the 6th, right? So that means last Saturday on the 6th, the market starts running up like this all the way up here until this Saturday. So from the 6th to the 13th, pay attention. Your portfolio went crazy, right? Because $120 something billion. I can't make this up. Hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions, $123 billion, almost 124, okay? Came flying into altcoins, $124 billion last week. Your portfolio, don't lie to me, your portfolio and your altcoins, they all started running up. Friday and Saturday, you was ecstatic. You was looking at your portfolio. Look, you was looking at your portfolio on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. You was like, oh my God. And then guess what happened? This happened. So you look at your portfolio now and you're like, what the hell is going on? Like, man, what shit, man? Like, shit, a couple days ago, I was balling. Now, what's happening? What's happening is the market ran into resistance. That's all. And see, and if you don't understand that, you can't make no money because you're not looking at the macro. This was a high, this is a higher high, and this is a higher high, which means the market is moving forward. So if I were to take this ray right here and I was to slap this here and I was just to do like this, guess what? Guess what's happening here? Look, this is called a ray right here. Look, this is what's happening. If this were here is where it met resistance, you saw the market come crashing down off of that. People knew that this was resistance. And so the market came and crashed down. It pulled down. Then when this breaks out right here, I'm charting it out for you. Then look, this breaks out. Ping pong, right? It breaks out right here and rallies all the way up here. Gets resistance again. Somebody say, oh Lord, he's making it real plain for me, okay? Breaks out, ping pong, and guess what? It breaks out right here. Well, for those of you who was loving life, and I just showed it to you from back here on September, right, Saturday, you seen all this money come flying in. If you don't know how to chart, you wouldn't know that was resistance. You would have had this line, you would have known that this thing was hitting resistance and it was going to pull back on you. Somebody say, oh, wait a minute. So support and resistance is important. You bet your ass it is. What? What? You bet. You absolutely bet it is. It is 100%. People don't know how to chart, man. Am I keeping it real? You're wondering why your altcoins pull back and you like trying to figure out like, damn, they was running my bag was looking high. They was looking juicy. My altcoins was running up. I was like, oh my God. And you wondering why it's pulling back. Well, it's supposed to pull back. That's resistance. That's literally a trend line of resistance. That's why charting is important. That's why you got to know somebody who charts. You got to know somebody. If you're not going to learn this stuff yourself, which you should, my course teaches you this. And if you just want to grab the course and you want me to reaffirm what you're doing to make sure you're doing it right, that's what I'm here for, to let you know, like, yeah, you're doing it right. You better believe that's resistance. What? That's the importance of charting. Y'all got it now? Now I'm going to draw this up in a parallel because a parallel makes it look really cool, right? A parallel just makes it look cool. It just makes it look it's just like, now if I draw this up in a parallel, right? Right? You say, well, how do I know where to stop the parallel lines? You're looking for the touches. Touch. Look, down here. You see where you see where you got these touches here. Touch there, touch there, touch there, touch there, touch there. You know that this is support. You mean to tell me, bro, you ain't going to drag it all the way down here? No, this is where your touches are. This is the baseline of support. Just because it pushes out of this, you can see that it pushes out and this is resistance now, right? So it's playing support and resistance on this line, trying to get back. It gets back up in here and finds support. That's why you get this. But this is support. While you're inside of this, that's support. This is resistance up here, right? And so now I know that I have a proper median line as too. If that's my high level of resistance and support, this is resistance up here, right? And so now I know that I have a proper median line as too. If that's my high level of resistance and this is my low, I also know that this is the correct median line. Somebody say, got it. So whenever I know, if I lose this median line, down goes Frazier, right? If I lose this median line, down. It's not until I find support that we go up. Losing the median line, down. You challenge it, try to find support, lost it again, down. Right? Right here, challenge it, try to find support, down. Down. Okay? This is when you find support that you get rallied up like this. You see it? You have to find support on top side of these things. This support and resistance thing is serious business. Am I right? Let me know if I'm right. Now look at where you are right now. Tell me if this is not true. Look at where you are right now. Look what's happening right here. You are currently a little bit above. If this comes down just a little bit more, where's the safe place for it? It would probably be right here. Do you believe me that this is the probability that if this continues to fall down, this is your line right here for it? Do you believe me when I tell you that? I hope you do, because it's the truth. I'm gonna get rid of all of these brush marks right here. Just Command Z right here. I'm just gonna get rid of all of those, and I'm gonna show you something else. Peep game. Why is this stopping right here? I'm just curious. Like, again, I just showed it to you. If you go up in here, right, and you slap a line right here like this, look, support, support, support. This is support. You believe me? Our chart. So look, for the last, I can't make this stuff up, guys. For the last 16 hours or so, 20 hours, if this is a 4-hour chart, that's 4 hours, that would be 8, that would be 12, that would be 16. So about the last 20 hours, the market has been refusing to get past this line that I just drew. Does it make sense that if I come over here, guess what? This is resistance. No, 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 no. This is where you break that right there. Rallied up. Resistance at the top here. Came back to test this to make sure it's support. And if you think that's not true, as I scroll back, do you see the other level of resistance? I cannot make this up. If this is resistance here, you also know that this is also resistance, and it is also on this trend line that you see. What was once resistance causing all of this now is support. You're not on the bottom side of this, you're on the top side of it. That's support. For the total 3. So you will only start getting worried if the market comes crashing down past that and literally tries to get back up and it's getting rejected like and becomes resistance. Well, now you got a problem, because if that happens, somebody say, here's the probability now. As long as we are above that, things are great, especially since we got, like 48 hours or whatever many hours before the FOMC meeting happens. Stay above the damn yellow line, because if you lose that yellow line, what do you think is going to happen? It comes down here, bing, right? Find support here, rallies back up to try to get past. And if it starts getting rejections here, what do you think the next level is? It's down here. You already know. You have a roadmap. If you lose this median line, you already know the other level of support is going to be down there. This tells you right here. You don't want to lose that line. You don't want to be out here getting rejected. Boom, 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 boom. No, you don't want that. So you do not want this to come crashing down past this line and hitting it like this, hitting it like that. You will come down to this bottom side. Right now, things look great. I'm bullish. I'm cool. You know what I mean? I got my stop losses on certain stuff. Now, this is for those of you who are coming in, you're like, what asset is he looking at? I'm looking at the total 3, which controls like 90-something% of all the altcoins. That means if you are in, the Solanas and the Avalanches and the Cardanos and the XRPs and the Chainlinks and what, that's what we are looking at. Right now, the market is bullish for them. Even after this pullback, still bullish. Do you agree? Let me know if you agree. Heart emojis, more heart emojis, more heart emojis if you agree with what I'm saying. More heart emojis if you agree with what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make it real for you. I'm just trying to make it real. Did I screenshot that? Because, you know, when I screenshot stuff, I like to come back and remind people like, I told you. Part of this don't you understand? No, I didn't screenshot this. I'm screenshotting this. I'm definitely screenshotting this right here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yes, I sure am. Yes, I sure am. All right, cool. Can you chart BTC current state? Yeah, we're about to do that right now because we was looking at the total 3, which is altcoins. We're going to look at Bitcoin because another reason you want to look at Bitcoin is because Bitcoin controls about 60%. It's a little less, I know. To be exact, Bitcoin controls about 58.1% of the entire crypto market, right? So it makes sense to look at Bitcoin, which, by the way, if I show you, which I am about to, if Bitcoin is bullish, then I don't want to hear this nonsense about the market being bearish and all this stuff or whatever. I just showed you total 3. It's in a bullish up channel, finding support, all right, at what was once resistance, okay? Now we're going to look at Bitcoin and see if it's in compliance. That's probably important, right? To see if Bitcoin is in compliance and doing what it's supposed to do. Let's look at Bitcoin. By the way, guys, I'm looking at a 4-hour chart because we don't want to look at any lower time frames right now because that's for scalpers and all of that stuff, right? Day traders. And we don't want to look at super macro stuff over here like daily and weekly and monthly and all of that because that's weeks and months out. We want to look at the middle of the road because if these things are bullish in the middle of the road, then that leads up into higher time frames. Somebody say, got it. Amen to that. All right. So if I was to come here and I was to look at Bitcoin, right, the market can only do 3 things. It can only go up, down, or move sideways. Well, clearly I can see that this right here was sideways movement. That's called consolidation. Clearly I can see that this was an up move. Clearly I can see that this was a down move. So what are we in right now? You can say it out loud if you want to. This was consolidation. Bitcoin just moved sideways. Then this was an up move, right? This was a clear down move. What do you see here? What is Bitcoin doing right now? Well, clearly you can see that it's moving up. Now, if you don't believe that, I'm going to make it visually pleasing to you. Is Bitcoin moving up or down, ladies and gentlemen? Let you tell me. Right? Let's get rid of these lines over here. We don't need these. We know that it's not moving sideways. We know that it ain't moving down because down clearly visually looks like this. So it ain't moving down. Bitcoin is moving up. All right. And so it is in an up channel. And inside of that channel, what do we see here? We got resistance up here and we have support down here on the bottom side. So clearly, as you can see where Bitcoin is right now, inside of this up channel, Bitcoin is coming down here and is looking to find some type of support. Will it be all the way down here on this right here, down this on this bottom side, which if it comes down here, you're looking at Bitcoin around 113. Look, this is a sliding scale, so it could be somewhere, but look, as I move up and down this, look over here to these numbers. Bitcoin can come down here and do something like 113, 114, something. If it just chops its way down here, but you want it to do that if be honest with you, over the next 1 day or 2 or right before that, because if it does that what is it going to find? If it does this, right, and this finds support, what do you think happens after that? Finding support looks like that, doesn't it? Right? Finding support looks like that. So if this ends up coming down here and this is support, you'll be expecting that, right? It's all about probabilities. Bitcoin has already started pulling back. Great. Pull back, Bitcoin. That's what I want you to do. Because what I don't want you to do is the FOMC meeting comes and you're already at resistance. You ain't got nowhere to damn go. Right? I don't want that. I want an actual pullback. That's a healthy pullback. It means people are taking some profits. People are getting scared. Oh, no. I need Bitcoin to pull back and find some support down there in this ascending channel. That's what I want anyway. That's what I want anyway. Now I'm going to show you something different. Are you following? Let me know if you're tracking. I see the hearts over here. I can see those. But let me see some fire emojis because I gotta check the temperature, y'all. Is the temperature hot or we cold? This is boring and it's cold. This information is cold, it's boring. I don't really like French fries that are cold French fries, Calvin. Just get off the live. These cold French fries, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you something now, depending on what you're working with. Do you got a Breville in your house? Because I could take some cold French fries and make them taste good again. You put them in that Breville, put that there on air fry real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's still good. You know this, right? Get you a Breville in your crib. You know what I'm saying? This is not these fries. You finna throw these fries out? What are you doing? Put those in the Breville. All right, cool. All right, let me show y'all something else. All right, let me. Yeah, yes. Don't be throwing out the cold fries if they're good like that. Put them in the Breville first. All right, so check this out. I'm gonna get rid of these lines right here. Command Z on this, okay? Let's Command Z that. Get rid of that. I want to show you something else. Check it out. We got a little situation going on right here. Let me get rid of this as too. Get me rid of that too. What do you see here? Right? You see a lot of stuff going on right here, right? A lot of little action going on right up in this area, right up in here. And you try to figure out like what's happening right here. Well, look, if you take a line, all you're trying to do is find out where these candles is pretty much connecting here. Boom. You agree with me that, that candle right there touches the line. So obviously these two touched it right here and this one. But now let's go back. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on right here? Wait a minute. This is resistance. Look, these candles are being Look at the number, about 114.7, right? Look, resistance, and then you break through. This is called a break. Look, this is called a break and retest. Okay, so Bitcoin breaks through here, comes back to retest to make sure that this is support. Rallies up a little bit right here. People start taking some profits out here, so then it pulls back. Look, Bitcoin does a little pullback here. Look, you can see it right here, right? But where does it work? Rallies up a little bit right here. People start taking some profits out here, so then it pulls back. Look, Bitcoin does a little pullback here. Look, you can see it right here, right? But where does it out here, so then it pulls back. But where does it boom, boom, boom? You think this is an accident right here? It's not. If you go back here further, look, pay attention, go back. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Oh, shit. Here's a major break. Look, this Bitcoin, boom, shh, comes back and look what it finds. Look, tries to find support, loses the support right here. Break, comes back to retest, gets rejected. Look, down goes Fraser. Right. You see that? Look over here. I'm going back further and further. Look, do you see this support right here? Do you see this over here? Look at this support and resistance here. Do you see this support back here? Look, I'm way back here in July. Do you think this is an accident that this happened right here? I'm trying to show y'all what people that know how to chart, we go back and we can see what's happening here. This is a break. It comes back, boom, retest support. Comes back, loses support for a second here, comes back here, finds support, rallies back up. Comes back here to find support, loses support for a second, shoots all the way down, rallies back up here, comes back to try to find support, loses support, down goes Fraser. We are now back, we're back at this. You think this is a game that Bitcoin loves to play around here at this 114, basically 115,000? You think it's a game that is doing that? It's not. Bitcoin's sitting right here at 114.9. I'm just letting you know that, that's a nice little level there of some support. I'm just telling you, that line is important. 115 is important. It has been important for Bitcoin since July the 10th. I'm only just keeping it real with you. We can go back further to see if it is important, but I'm just keeping it real with you since July the 10th. This line that I just drew in front of everybody lets you know that $115,000 Bitcoin is very important. If you lose 115, you're going down. And if you can find support on 115, you're going up. By the way, we're finding support right now. That's what I'm just trying to tell you before that guy comes on the TV. Jerome Powell. the guy who controls money, before he comes on TV, Bitcoin is like, I'm sitting around here, hanging around here at support at 115,000 for the most part, bro. Why everybody out here playing games and everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna hang out around this 115. Are you paying attention? I come on here to help people out. There's a lot of people that y'all watch. Be honest, y'all watch a lot of people on YouTube and stuff like that, and they're great at making videos and content. But it's basically news. I mean, anybody can go to a website that somebody else created the content, read the content, somebody else created the video or an interview, and somebody give you some commentary based off of somebody else's interview or piece of content they wrote. But can they actually go live and show you what these charts look like live? Not many of them. Not many of them. Not many people can do it. Anybody can just regurgitate some damn content that they saw on TikTok, Twitter, or YouTube, or just repurpose somebody's content or whatever. Come on now. Do you know how to chart or no? Somebody said, love the live, helps with learning, shows charts and how it works. Yeah, you got to know that. You got to know it. That's exactly what it does. That's exactly what it does. So, do you guys agree with me that Bitcoin is in a good position? I'm just curious if anybody's paying attention that around $115,000 Bitcoin, if we can stay pretty much around 115 and above, we're it's pretty good. Anybody agree with that? Somebody said bear market, stop bluffing. Somebody said we're in a bear market to stop bluffing that we're in a bear market. Okay, well, hey, I tell you what, if that's what you believe, shit, short it. Listen, I'm not gonna argue with you. If you believe that we're in a bear market, short it. Short Bitcoin. Short Bitcoin. Short Ethereum. If you believe that we're in a bear market, you go ahead and short it. That's how you can prove it. If you want to prove me wrong, just do that. Prove me wrong. Short it. That's what I want to see. Put your money where your mouth is. I don't want to hear all that other stuff. All that comment stuff and all that. I don't want to see no comments. Short that shit. Put your money where your mouth is. I want to see you short it. That's what I want to see you do. That's what I want to see. I don't hear all the other stuff. Too many people talking, man. Stop talking, man, and just short the shit. Stop. We don't want to hear all that. I'm long. Let me see if I'm long on BTC still. I'm specifically finding this particular, yeah. Here I am. In case you're wondering where I'm at with it. This is a Bitcoin long on a 20X, right? I'm up about $1,200 still. My entry point is 111.5. My entry point is 111.5. I'm up about $1,200. This is a $40,000 position, and I got it on a 20X. I'm bullish. Now, if you bearish, go against it. That's what makes a market. I love stuff like that. You want to know what creates a healthy market? I'm bullish, and if you're bearish, that creates that creates a healthy market. One of us got to be wrong. That's how markets work. If I'm telling people that I'm bullish and the market is going up, and you're telling people that we're in a bear market and you're shorting, one of us got to be wrong. That's what creates a healthy market. I love that. You better be real sure about what you're doing. I'm up 1,200. You got to catch up because I'm ready. The worst thing that can happen to me is Bitcoin come down close to 111 and I get out at zero loss of my money. I'm talking about, I'm literally going to stop out at 250 or something like that above it. So the worst thing that can happen to me is we go down and I make 250 and then I turn around and short it and make a bunch of money to the downside. But right now I'm up 1,300. So I got a head start on you. Why you out here calling for a bear market? What? I don't think so. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You know what else? Let's go here and let's look at Ethereum, by the way, too. Let's look at ETH in front of everybody. Listen, let's look at Ethereum, too, because Ethereum is the largest altcoin on the blockchain. So surely if we're in a bear market, Ethereum also has to be bearish, right? Okay, well, let's go and look at it. Shit, why not? We got to look at it. So I don't want to steer nobody wrong. I'm just gonna go live here, like I am, and just pull Ethereum's chart up live. So let's see what's popping. Let's go here to ETH, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pull up Ethereum blank chart. This is quite funny. I'm gonna pull it up on a daily chart first, and just show you what we're working with Ethereum. You should pay attention to this. I'm on Ethereum. I'm on a daily chart. Why am I on a day chart? Because I want to show you something on the macro. I'm just going to slap this here like that. Just for shits and giggles. Okay? Resistance, resistance, resistance. That means at about $4,075, right? Ethereum couldn't get past that. Look, I'm all the way back here in case you think this is a joke. This is March 11th. The first level of resistance right here was March 11th of 2024. See, y'all play too much. I'm a real charter and a real investor and crypto trader. I'm just letting you know. I'm taking you all the way back to March of 2024, March 11th to be exact, where Ethereum refused to get past $4,075. It refused to do so. It came back up here and tried it again, ladies and gentlemen, in May of 2024. Nah, I don't think so. Came up here and tried it again in December of 2024. Nah, I don't think so. Tried it here, right here in July of this year. Nah, but then look at this. On August the 9th, Ethereum decided that it had enough games and it broke through the 4,075 here. It broke through this, came back, and this is support. This is called a break. I keep telling people this is called a break and retest. Now that it found support, Ethereum is at $4,500. You think this is a gain that was once resisted 3 times, now has broken past that resistance. And some people keep on telling you we're in a bear market. Now, before I continue this, do you believe that we're in a bear market? This is the largest altcoin on the blockchain. If this one is bullish right here, the other altcoins are going to follow it. It's not bearish. It is very bullish. It has broken past resistance that has been resistance since March of 2024. Now, let me know now, before we go further than this, because I'm just looking at the macro. I could be wrong. Somebody let me know. Let me know. Yeah. What do you think? You think that it's go time, or you think that it's time to short that asset? I can't make it up for y'all. I'm just giving y'all information. I'm not a financial advisor. You got to tell me what you gonna do. I'm letting you know that the second largest crypto on the blockchain has broken past resistance. That was resistance since March of 2024. Do you think you should short it? Because you believe it's going down. I'm just asking. I just want to make sure people understand what the deal is. I don't know. I'm just asking. Anybody? Got to make up your mind what you're going to do here. Got to make up your mind what you're going to do here. Me personally, guys. I'm bullish. This is just me, though. It's me show. So let me just show you. Let me just show you something. I'm going to put a little line here. And I'm going to type in a little number here. I'm just going to put a little line here. Check this out. This is me, though. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going to slap a little line on here. I'm going to double click on it and I'm going to type in a number, 4142. And I'm going to click OK. Now, this line is yellow. When I click this OK button, it's going to move up. So hold on, look. I'm going to click that line. So now watch this now. Pay attention. We now have a yellow line on here. So I'm going to get rid of the white line for a second. Look at the number, 4142. Pay attention. Now, I'm someone that you would consider a pro trader. Listen to me. Resistance under that yellow line. Resistance under the yellow line. Resistance under the yellow line. 4142, this is Ethereum over the yellow line. Hold on, let me get rid of these white brush lines over here. Let me get rid of these brush lines. Let's get rid of those. We don't need those. No brush lines. Do you see what I see? No, you don't see it. You see the break. Look, you see the break and then the retest of support here. I wonder if that's important. Pay attention. Here's Ethereum. This is a trade that I'm in right now on an 8X, and my entry level is 4142. I'm up about $8,000. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. This is a real trade. This is a real live trade right now. Okay? My entry point is 4142. I'm cheating you, so it's 30. I got to put the 34 on here. I'm sorry. 41, let me put 34 on here so we can be more accurate. There we go. My entry point is 4142. You know, me, I'm buying ETH when it gets above this yellow line. Resistance, 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 break, retest, support. Get me into Ethereum after it breaks here and find support off of something that was resistance since way back here in March. And I want to make sure that I'm very clear on what I'm saying. My entry point is this. I'm up about 8 grand. This is just getting started. So back to the market right here now. Ladies and gentlemen, are we bullish or bearish? I'm just curious. My money says we're bullish. I'm not here to help. I said we bullish. I'm not gonna argue with people about it. I'm not gonna do that. If you believe we're bearish, short it. That's all. Just put your money where your mouth is, short it. If you believe we bearish, short that shit. Do what you do, player. Short it. I ain't gonna argue with you about it. I'm not gonna argue with you about it. All right, so yeah. Do what you gotta do, man. I'm just here. I'm just a middle-aged black man on TikTok, man. What do I know? What do I know, guys? I'm just a middle-aged black man on TikTok. What do I know? Somebody said, I'm shorting that shit. Okay. All right. I see I got to go a step further. No problem. Listen, I'm just going to go a step further. I love when people say they're shorting it. Well, I'm long. I'm up 8 G's. I'm long. And let's see what happens. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little bit because we're looking at a day chart. On a day chart, let's go in here and let's look at something else. Let's dive a little bit deeper in here, and let's go in here and let's go and zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in a little bit for shits and giggles. For those of you coming in, we're looking at Ethereum and people saying that we're in a bear market. I got an entry point here. I'm up about 8 G's. This is on a day chart. Let's go and look at a shorter time frame. Let's look at a 15-minute chart. Let's leave this day chart and slide over here to a 15-minute chart. Boom. See, now we got a bunch more. We got a lot of candles in here now. Now I'm going to zoom this out for a second. Right? Look, pay attention. What do you see here? Anybody? Anybody see anything going on here? You just tell me. Just tell me so if you see something before I start drawing on the chart. Do you see anything that's like look interesting to you there? Somebody said, I see a down channel. Tell you that much. Well, somebody saw they seen a BF up in there. A best friend? Somebody said they saw a best friend up in there? No, not a best friend. Not a best friend. Different type of BF. See that? Let me just click on these so you can see it with your own eyes. What look. You see that right there? Look, a strong uptrend. See that? Strong uptrend. Then you get a consolidation like this, like that. You get that consolidation, and then you get a breakout here for a strong uptrend. It looks like this too. See it? This is called the flagpole. This is the flag itself in a channel where you get resistance, support, resistance, support, and it comes down. Then you break out of this, right? That's called a bull flag. Let me ask you a question. This don't look like a strong uptrend to you? I'm just asking a question. This is Ethereum. This don't look like a strong uptrend to you? No? And what does this look like? What does that look like to you? I wonder if this looks like resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, where we're finding support right now. Look, that was support. Look at what's happening here. This is a bull flag. And you're right now, Ethereum is approaching this median channel right here. If it gets past this median channel and does this, you could be looking at a breakout here. You know what I know about bull flags? You want to know what I know? I know this for sure. I know that over 90% of the time, when a bull flag breaks out, let me show it to you so you can really, really see this. When a bull flag breaks out, it looks like this, right? The size of the actual pole, that's what the breakout looks like. You don't believe me? Go back here and look at your examples. You think this is in Google for no reason? You think these bull flag breakouts, the size of the pole itself, that's what the breakout looks like when it breaks out. I'm just showing it to you so you can see it. People out here arguing. Now, let me go back in here and remind you where I'm at. Think about it. Look, I'm just reminding people. Let me go in here and look at a 1 hour chart so you can really see it. I'm in down here. I want to make it very clear for people that's saying that we're in a bear market where my entry point for Ethereum is down here, which means I saw all of this money, took money off the top. This is called taking money off the top. When it pulled back, I added to the trade down here, and I'm just wait. You can't tell me we're in a bear market. What are you talking about? I'm looking right at this thing. What are you talking about? I don't want to argue though. I don't do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you got to make a decision. Don't you got a decision to make? What you gonna do? Let's see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go a step further. I'm going a step further. Believe me when I tell you this. This is not done. Got something else to show you. For those of you who believe that this is bearish, can I show you something else? As I turn this camera around, I'm just going to Command Z this to get rid of some of this stuff. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go up here. Let's just go over here to my data window. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Bars pattern right there. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of these brush marks and all of that stuff. We're just deleting the brush marks too. Bye-bye. We just want these two things right here. Pay attention. You see this area right here? I can't make this up. Ethereum has to get past 44.86 before you can even call it bearish, because what was once resistance, 1, 2, 3, resistance, 4, 5, this is the break and this is the retest. So before you start calling for bearish stuff, Ethereum has to first break 44.86, where this strong level resistance is, and there's now support. That's a fact. If it loses that, then you got to come down here to the next, look at all this, down to the next level, which will be down here, guys. See all of that? All the way back here. Look, all the way back here. Support. That's 42.68, which means if I'm entered in here and I am 41.42, and that's my entry point, right? 41.42 on this trade, and I'm up about 8 grand. Before you can even scare me, Ethereum, you have to first lose this support, right? That white line. Then you would have to come crashing down here, and you would have to lose this support level before I even flinch. And even then, I would still be up from here to here, right? Is 3%. And my math is not that good, but 3% on an 8X is still 24%. So I still would be up $2,400. Somebody say, before I can even flinch, I will still be up 24%, because this 3% right here from this entry point, if you lost this support and came down here, I would still be up 24% before I even flinch. We're not bearish, guys. This is not no bear market. You better wake up. Wake up. Let me know if that's true. Everything that I just showed you is true, because the numbers are the numbers. Whip your calculator out and see for yourself. Those are the numbers. Those are facts. Those are the numbers. This is why a lot of people don't make money when it comes to, like, not just crypto, but assets, period. They don't know how to chart. They don't know what these assets have the capability of doing. They don't know what the probability is. They're hopeful. They're prayer. They're just, it's a bunch of prayer. And I like prayers. I pray all the time. But you still got to understand your technicals. You still got to understand technicals. You just can't go out here and throw some money in the market and be like, it's finna be on, you know what I'm saying? Whoa, God, like, man, I'm getting it. But man, I'm just saying though, the charts though, bro, I don't know. Bunch of other people praying too when they looked at their charts though. So I ain't gonna be able to do that for you. And then y'all be mad. But that's how he work. He be like, listen, I'm getting a bunch of other prayers too. There's a bunch of other prayers on the line too, and they looked at their charts. You ain't put in the work. I can't do it. Sorry. I can't even do it. Too many other folks right on this one. Somebody said, bro, did you just pray in tongues? Boy, what? Stop playing, man. What? Yeah. Y'all better act like I pray all the time, man. I'm not just out here. But you still got to know what you're doing. You still got to put the work in. These blessings just ain't just going to be falling in your lap like that. Where the work at? Faith without works. Don't make me say it. Faith. Y'all got the faith, but y'all ain't putting in the work. Come on. Somebody said, thought on Fed cutting rates. Well, I believe there's a strong, very strong, like over a 90% chance that they cut rates. And the assets are primed to run if that happens. Could you see some volatility before then? The market's trying to wick y'all out of stuff and scare y'all and all of that. Yeah, you can see that. You can see that stuff. But man, if you look at your technicals, this stuff is already, man, this stuff is already ready to rock, man. Y'all not. I'm trying to help. I got to do it. I just got to go here and because you not. Some people not really paying attention. Please, please, please. I'm gonna show you one more thing here, and you gotta understand what this is. Stuff is not an accident, yo. No, 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 no. It's not an accident. You're not. Look, man. Look. Let me go. I'm going back to the day chart for a second. Please let me zoom in here. Y'all gotta pay attention when I'm showing you, please. Okay, look. Ethereum was down here. I'm slapping this line down here so you can see again. Ethereum was down here at roughly $2,400. This is a daily candle chart, okay? Which means from this candle here all the way until this candle here was about 54 days. Now, see, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I just said from this candle right here all the way over here to this candle was 54 days. That means for damn near 2 months, Ethereum was sitting right here at about $2,400. You can't. This is not something that's debatable. Okay, you're looking right at it. So Ethereum was sitting here fighting support here on the top side. It lost it for a second. Look, Pat, look at what I'm showing you. It lost it for a second here. That's where it lost it. Came back up. This was resistance. So it came down here for a second. And then it spent a couple more days here trying to reestablish that support before it took off. We're talking about Ethereum taking off from something that it was sitting down here consolidating for 2 months for the most part, and absolutely took off from there and rallied up to do 100%. It went from 2,400 to 4,800. Look, 100%. I can't make this stuff up. From there to there is 100%. Guy, over 100%. You see it? Now you're not paying attention to what I'm showing you here. I want to show you something else. We're just gonna slap this down here like this. Look. These are daily candles. You seeing it? Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is half a month at 42.78. And now it's pushing up. It's pushing up here and it's coming back here and it's trying to establish this support level here. Now, pay attention. This is the support level down here. This was the resistance level up here. Look, no. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Came down here, found support. This is a channel, and now it broke out of this and it's trying to find support. That's your first candle. This is your second candle that is trying to establish a new level of support. If you think this is a game, let me just remind you that it is not. Let me zoom in and show you these things up close. Do you think it is an accident that each one of these literally touched this line and got rejected? Then it blows past this line, comes back down here, and now it's finding support on the top side. It doesn't look like much of anything because these are daily candles. But if I go here to the 1 hour chart, look at how many hours it's been there now. Look over here. Look at all the hours that it found support here. Look at all of this resistance here. Look, no. Yes, support, boom. Let me come back to reestablish this as support because I cannot take off until I have a firm base of support. It's not a game. That's not an accident. That's not a freaking accident. No way. No freaking way, man. No way. No way. No way. No way. That's not an accident. All right, cool. Somebody said, do you believe in ETFs will affect the price of XRP? Do I believe ETFs will affect the price of if XRP gets an ETF? Yeah, it's gonna go nuts. I mean, Bitcoin has an ETF, Ethereum has an ETF. Have you seen the price of them? ETFs allow Wall Street to buy these assets. Wall Street is not going to Coinbase and buying a bunch of XRP and putting it on a ledger. Are you kidding me? They do it OTC, over the counter. They go and they buy billions of dollars worth of these assets, right? They need an ETF to do that. That's why there's a Bitcoin ETF and an Ethereum ETF for both futures and spot. Futures is just paper. It just allows you to trade the asset without owning the asset. It's a contract that you're just bidding a contract. That's why when I trade futures in my account, it's paper. I don't actually own the asset. That's a contract that I'm putting on it saying it's going to go down or it's going to go up. So when you look at this right here, I'm trying to explain this to people so they can understand it. I don't own this Ethereum, right? This is a contract. I put in at 41.42, I put in a contract on an 8x leverage that said, I believe Ethereum is going up. So when I sell this, if I go here and I close this out, they close the contract out and pay me my gains, about $8,000. I don't own the Ethereum. I never owned the Ethereum. This is a perpetual. This is a contract, right? Unlike Ethereum that I bought on Coinbase, took it off Coinbase, hold my private keys on the ledger. I actually own that Ethereum. That's spot. That's not futures. That's not, okay. It's not, I own that Ethereum. Several of those. It's on my ledger, right? If I sell that Ethereum, I'm actually selling the actual physical, I'm selling the actual thing itself, the actual, you understand what I'm saying to you? It's not a contract. I'm selling the physical thing. I actually own that ETH. Somebody say, oh, I didn't even know. Right? I didn't even know. When you buy an asset on Coinbase, you own you don't own it until you take it off because you gotta have your private keys. If your crypto is sitting on Coinbase, you still don't own your crypto. Coinbase owns your crypto. Wait, what? Yeah, they have the private keys to your crypto. They're keeping the private keys. They're storing them for you. So if something happens to Coinbase, God forbid, it's a publicly traded company, great platform. But if something was to happen to it, your crypto goes away with them. Then you got to wait for judges to sort it out, to find out if it's going to be a Chapter 7 or Chapter 11, or if there's an acquisition deal, or if there was a whatever. Because you didn't take it off the exchange. You don't actually own that crypto. It's not, you don't own your private keys. So I own all my crypto, for sure. Like, I still have some on some exchanges because I need to keep some liquidity on exchanges when I make certain plays. But 95, maybe 96% of my crypto I own. It's not on the exchange at all. It's on a cold wallet. And then everything else, I don't need to own it. I buy the contracts. I trade it. It's the paper version of it. So futures and perpetuals and stuff like that. I just trade the contract. It's like, I don't want to own Ethereum. You know what I mean? Like this is several ETH. You know what I'm saying? $92,000 position. You know how many ETH that is? Let me. Somebody not understanding this. They're about to figure it out right now. $92,058. $92,058 here, divided by, what is ETH trading at right now? ETH is trading at 45.33. So divided by 45.33. This is 20 ETH. I'm trying to make it plain for somebody. You understand that this is a $92,000 position on Ethereum? 92. This is 20 ETH. If you take this number right here and you divide it by where ETH is trading at right now, which is about 4,500 bucks, this is about 20 ETH. But I don't own the ETH. I don't need to own the ETH. I have the contract. right? Somebody say, yeah, that's true. So when he cashed that and closed the trade out, they're just going to pay him his gains in USDT, right? He doesn't own the ETH. He doesn't have to go and find the private keys and say, ooh, I want to take the Ethereum off my ledger and I want to push it back over to Coinbase and then I want to sell it into the Coinbase market where there's a lot of volume and liquidity and all that. I just have the contract. I just close the contract out. Straight up. And keep it pushing. Right? And often when I close the contract out, I take some of those profits and I actually go buy the physical ETH. It's like really go buy the physical ETH. Somebody say, that's cap. He ain't telling y'all the truth. Well, first of all, before I do this, because I don't want I don't want this to seem like nanny boo boo bragging. I'm walking you through this so you understand it. Listen to what I just said. I trade the paper version of it, meaning the contract, make my money, close the trade out, take some of those gains and literally go and buy the physical, like the actual ETH, right? And then push it over to my cold wallet where I actually own the ETH and not the contract, the actual ETH. Now, if you don't believe that that's happening, and I do this, it's cyclical, right? It happens. It's a cycle of work. So I'm up about 8 G's on this trade, but let's go here. Now let's leave this long-term trade account and let's click switch. And let's go over here to my main account real quick. Pay attention. The main account is pulling up. I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on overview. Somebody say he's doing it for real. And now he's going to go over here to spot. Click on spot. So I got about $8,300 in spot. That means I bought this. Look, and I have about 1.84 ETH over here. I'm not trading this. I bought this ETH and I'm going to take this ETH and put it on this. I'm taking some of my gains and buying the actual ETH, buying the actual Chainlink, buying the actual Bitcoin. I'm trading the paper version of this stuff, getting my gains and going and buying. Well, why would you just keep on trading and keep on? No, I do. I keep trading, but I also understand how wealth is built for the long term as well. I believe Ethereum is going just like Kathy Wood and them. I believe it's just like Tom Lee and all. I believe it's going to $100,000. Do you know what it is? So I need to actually own some physical ETH that I keep, that I don't trade, that I can't get liquidated on, that I can't get stopped out on in a trade. I'm paying zero fees because it's sitting there on a ledger and that's sitting in a safe, just chilling. I know how to make money anytime I feel like it. I'm a trader. What? I just put a trade together and make some money. But what are you doing with the money though? Do you have a short-term plan and a long-term plan, or you just flying by the seat of your pants? You just out here trying to short-term everything. What's your long-term plan when it comes to crypto? Do you actually believe in this shit for real, or you just trying to buy a Lambo? Come on now. Short-term goals, long-term goals. If you believe Bitcoin is going to $1 million, why are you not taking some of your gains from your trades and buying it? Spot. If you believe ETH is going to 50 or 100 racks, right? Why are you not taking some of your gains and buying it? Not for now, so that you could go buy a car or an LV bag or something, but for what it can do by the year 2028, 2030. Are you planning for that? I am. Oh, I am. I'm planning for it. Do y'all see what I'm doing here? As a trader, the money comes like this. As an investor, the money comes like this. No, you're not. No, we're not going to do this. We're going to do this the right way. No, hold on. I got to do it. I got to do it. Somebody say he just got to do it. You got to do it the right way. Yeah, I gotta do this the right way. Hold on. Let's see if I can make it. I gotta make it. I gotta make it plain. Okay. Some of y'all are in crypto right now, and you want the money to come like this. Look, 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 look. Look. This how you want your money to come. Now, some of y'all these are people that are scalping the market. Day traders money comes in like this. Look, this how day traders money come in right here. Look. Huh? Then you got swing traders. Swing traders money come in like this. Investors money come in like this. Do you understand the difference now? Short term, long term. Right? I'm going to keep on pressing it. I'm going to keep on pressing it. Okay? Now, some of y'all, you got a portfolio, peep game. You got a portfolio, and your portfolio got a bunch of stuff in it, right? And it's just, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going up, what's down, what the entry point. You just throwing a bunch of stuff in it, right? And it's just, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going up, what's down, what the entry point. You just throwing a bunch of money in this stuff. So it sounds like this. Huh? That's how it sounds. Yo, y'all just got, it's just a bunch of damn noise. It's just, you don't know what the entry points is, what the exit points is. It's just a bunch of damn noise. You trying to invest in make money, right? You meet somebody like me and I tell you, hey, I have a course. The course will help you organize, right? Everything blue here is percussion. Over here, symbols. So I start helping you organize this. And then you put it all together and you take my course, you start watching the videos, and then you understand, you start playing it, and it sounds like this. Look. You know, understand? I'm showing you all the different level stuff. So you put it together and it starts sounding like this. Wait for it. Like, man, my portfolio ain't moving, dog. I ain't making no money. And then I come on a live and be like, what are you talking about? Shit sound like music. You turn it up. You want everybody to hear your loud ass gains. You see, the problem is when you just have a bunch of cryptos in a portfolio and you just slamming stuff out there, money out there, it's a bunch of noise. But when you take that and you organize those sounds, it becomes organized noise. That's all music is. There's only 12 notes. Look, look. Look. I want to show you something. Look, there's only 12 notes in music. It's only 12. You could play anything you want in the world, but there's only 12 notes. I'm about to go. This is about to be great. But there's 12 notes, but you got 50 cryptos that you invested in. Uh-oh. There's only 12 notes in music, but you are invested in 50 cryptos. You have 40 cryptos. You have 30 cryptos. You don't even know how to organize the noise. Music is just organized noise, and there's only 12 notes. I can show you 12 cryptos that you can be in and make all the beautiful music of gains that you ever dreamed about. It's only 12. So I say, man, you know what? You play too much, bro. Your analogies and what you're doing here is you play too much is what you do. I'm just trying to simplify stuff for y'all. If you're not making beautiful gains of music, you haven't taken the time to organize. That's all. You got too many cryptos. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know entry points. You don't know exit points. You don't understand. Can I show you something? Somebody say, here it comes, because this is perfect. Do you mind if I help you organize the noise? This is my brand. I go live all the time and I show people that I'm breaking bread and how I chart all the time. Go here. Blockchainbullhorn.com. That's my website. I have a full-fledged crypto course. Unlock the secrets of profitable crypto trading. No coaching required. Video series was originally created for private coaching clients. But now look, it's for the first time it's available to the public. That means if you are a beginner looking to build a firm foundation or an intermediate trader ready to sharpen your edge, these videos will guide you step by step through. Look at this. Proven strategies, proven tools, proven market insights, facts. And if you just want to understand crypto as a whole, that's the cheat guide. You could get your crypto off of Coinbase and make sure you have it where you actually own the crypto and really organize it to where it performs for you for sure. Right? Beautiful music. And you turn it up and people be like Jay-Z when he hears something in the studio and he about to go crazy. He'd be like, whoa. If nobody's around you in your crypto portfolio and nobody ain't around you and they ain't doing this, it's probably because your crypto portfolio sound like shit. Can't bob my head to it. All right. I get off the analogy. I let up. Lamont, I still got it, bro. 1.3 million followers, still have it protected. I have it I have it right now deactivated. Because remember, we was going through a bunch of stuff with what to do. We had guys out there trying to, come for influence and stuff like that. So I have it deactivated and stuff. I still got it though. The brand's still strong, and we're waiting to do some stuff on it when the bear market comes in for sure. Sawmill Glenn said, "Yo, buy the course." That's not a paid for comment for sure. That's just somebody just really want to help y'all and want y'all to be blessed. That's just for real. Somebody link price predictions this cycle. $100 minimum. That's the base case. And you know what I'm saying, of course, the super bull case for Chainlink, $200-300. I don't think y'all understand. The most important crypto on the blockchain outside of Bitcoin, even over Ethereum, is Chainlink. Ethereum is very important. I mean, it's Ethereum, guys. I mean, a bunch of meme coins are on it, a bunch of stuff like stable coins, USDC, USDT, Tether. They're all built on Ethereum. I get that part. I understand. Chainlink has oracles. Chainlink, it helps real businesses bring their products onto the blockchain. Right? Chainlink will be also used in banks. Like, it is the cool kid. Hear me. The utilitarian value of that crypto, it is unmatched. If you don't know what Chainlink is and you don't understand what I'm talking about when I talk about these oracles and stuff like that, you are tripping. This thing is going to go nuts on you. Somebody said Chronos as well. Chronos doesn't have oracles. Chronos is the native token for crypto.com, which is just an exchange. Which, by the way, when retail investors really start coming in, it will do well. But Chronos is not on the same level as Chainlink. They're not even close. They're not even close. Chronos is like the token for the exchange, crypto.com. These are not the same things, guys. Chainlink is not. Do not compare Chronos to Chainlink. Please, please, please. The exchange, crypto.com. These are not the same things, guys. Chainlink is not. Do not compare Chronos to Chainlink. Please, please, please. Not the same things, guys. We are. Ethereum is finding support, right, above $4,500. And Bitcoin is finding support above $115,000. As long as Bitcoin stays above 115, doesn't close any candles and start finding resistance, you're in a bull case for Bitcoin. It's a very bullish move. And as long as Ethereum is over $4,500, it's bullish. All right? If either one of those numbers get penetrated to the downside and finds resistance trying to get back above, then there's going to be a different ball game. You do not want to see Ethereum lose $4,500, and you don't want to see Bitcoin lose $115,000. Not right now at all, right? Especially going into Wednesday, where the Feds could go in there and cut rates. You want those assets to be above those numbers that I just gave you, because those are the two most important. They control almost 70% of the entire crypto market. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are bullish going into Wednesday. You have a great chance for the rest of your portfolio to go nuts, because those two are the most important cryptos. Meaning they're the biggest market cap. I mean, come on, guys. They're number one and number two. So you got Bitcoin, and then you got the biggest altcoin on the planet, right, on the blockchain, is Ethereum. As long as both of those are bullish, everything is looking good. As what I said for real, I'm asking the audience. This is a community thing right here. Is what I said for real? Let me show. Before you answer the question, let me show it to you. Look, Ethereum is above $4,500. That yellow line right there represents $4,500. You do not want to see it fall. Look, if you lose this yellow line and you're under it, you're gonna find yourself in a bad place. Right? This is Ethereum under this 4,500. Right? On top side of the 4,500, the yellow line, see that? 4,591. I'm just rounding up. That gives it an opportunity to run up, right? You need this to stay and remain support for Ethereum. If you lose this, meaning if it comes down here, does something like this, comes down, right, breaks through, comes back up to try to find, all right, to get back up, and it gets resisted here, you're going to do this. You do not want to see that shit. I'm just telling you to your face. I'm telling you that. And with Bitcoin here, it is the same thing. If I was to take this, slap this on here, and I was to go in here and put 115,000 for the most part, do you believe me when I tell you, you do not want to see Bitcoin lose 115, right? Because if you lose 115, it is going to be bad. You do not want to see Bitcoin lose 115. You do not want to see Bitcoin lose 115. Okay? Do you agree with me now? These are the two largest cryptos on the blockchain. Facts. Those are the numbers for everybody. 115 for Bitcoin, 4,500 for Ethereum. You can make a note of it. You can write it down. You can put it in a text. You can grab your iPad. You can put the magic pencil, whatever you want to do. Those are the numbers, right? Those are the numbers. Somebody said, yeah, so what is a good notification that we are in a bull run? We've been in a bull run since January of 2023. Somebody said, so yeah, so what's the how do I know we in a bull run? What are you talking like what are you talking about? I got an answer for you. I got an answer for you. Here you go. I got an answer for you. I got several answers for you, but I got one that I'm gonna show you in front of everybody. That you know. So how do I know we in the bull run? There, you know what I'm saying? How do I know that? Okay, cool. Great question. I got an answer for you. One that everyone will get an opportunity to see, and let's see if you agree with what I'm about to show you. Let's just look and see. Let's just look and see. I'm going to pull up some EMAs here. I'm going to do this and then I'll turn my camera around. So give me a second. I'm going to pull up EMA. Okay, moving average, exponential. I'm going to click on it. I got two EMAs up. I'm going to turn one of these EMAs. I'm just walking you through it, then I'll turn my camera around. I'm going to turn one of these EMAs red. Okay? And I'm going to turn one of these EMAs green. One red, one green. And then I'm going to change the numbers to something really nice. I'll put that number right here. I'll put that number. And I'll put this number here. I'll put this on another number here. Okay, cool. All right, so, and then I'm gonna go to the day chart. Now I'm gonna make these a little bit more prominent because I really want you to see them. So I'm gonna make the lines a little thick, okay? And one of them ATL Georgia Peak girls, you know what I'm saying? Been on there eating all them yams and all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Grandmama house. Okay, now I am going to get rid of the. Okay, cool. All right, now check this out. So I'm gonna say how I know we're in a bull market. Okay, yeah. Are you ready? Now I'm gonna go to my data window and I'm gonna turn these things off. I'm gonna turn my camera around. Pay attention. This is good stuff. Look at the chart right here. Nothing. This is Bitcoin. This thing controls about 60% of the entire market. I'm on the weekly chart, just so you know that we're not looking at no short-term chumpy change stuff. I want you to see this on the macro. This is a weekly chart, okay? Meaning, if I go here from here to where we are right now, you're talking 987 days. There's 365 days in a year, so that means we're all the way back here to 2023, all the way to September 2025. This automatically tells you we're in a bull market, but I got something better for you. I'm going to go here and I'm going to slap this thing right here on here. Right here, you see this? This is an EMA ribbon. Notice that Bitcoin is above this red line. Now I'm going to slap another line on here. Now, there's two numbers that are important when it comes to this red and this green line here. Some of y'all already know, right, what these two line numbers are. Can anybody guess? What are the numbers that you think that are represent? Sammy got it. Sammy got it. Yeah. That's your 50 and your 200. Just in case you wanted to know, the last time you saw, let me zoom in so you can see it. I want you to make sure you see it with your own eyes here. The last time you saw that red line above that green line like that was back here, right, in 2016 when it started happening. And Bitcoin went from down here, pay attention, went from down here, look, right, and ran all the way up here. So they just show it to you. Down here from this area all the way up here, Bitcoin ran up, for like 10,000%. This was way back in the day. Look, this is 2016, 2017 bull market high up there. That's called a golden cross, okay? All right? And you see that thing run all the way up here like this. Now look at where you are now. Ask me if we're in a bull market again. Ask me if there's a depiction of what. Look at this. This is 2023 now. That's April of 2023 now. I want to make sure that we clear about bull and bear markets. When somebody telling you we're in a bear market, just tell them, just show me how. Show me how, bro. Show me where. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you actually mean? Do you know how to chart or no? This is not a bear market. So we're in a bull market. That's a golden cross on Bitcoin. Facts. Somebody say, well, you know what? I ain't know that. You know what? I ain't even know that. You know what's better than that? If anybody wanted to know what's better than that, there is something that's absolutely better than that. I'm going to a day chart so I could really, really, really rub it in. I'm moving over here to a day chart now. You can still see that even when Bitcoin came crashing down here. Look, I'm going to a day chart so I could really, really, really rub it in. I'm moving over here to a day chart now. You can still see that even when Bitcoin came crashing down here. Look, cap. That means every single crypto that's on the blockchain. Every last one. All the ones that y'all keep putting down there in the comments, they all are controlled by the entire total market cap. Crypto total market cap. Look. Look here. Look. That happened back here in May. If you think that's a game, let me help you out with the numbers. From here to where we are right now, follow the bouncing ball. Hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions, hundreds of billions, over $1 trillion. Look, since May of this year, over $1 trillion has came flying into the crypto. You are in a bull market. These are real numbers. These are real. Over $1 trillion has came flying into these cryptos since May. We are in a raging bull market. This is a bull market, guys. Anybody telling you that's a bear market, I'm like, what are you talking about? What? What are you fam? No. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that, fam. Y'all want me to double down on that? Please, I dare. I want you to tell me that you want me to double down on it. Please. Tell me you want me to double down. Let me look down here and see. Somebody said he's saying just long it all, bruh. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. You don't have to try to elaborate what I'm saying. Whatever I'm saying, I am saying my exact words of what's going on here. I didn't say long at all. You got to control with that. Come on now. You got to go and look at your assets to find out what they are doing inside of this bull market. We'll look at a couple in a minute. Watch me double down on this. This is going to be interesting. What I'm about to show you right now is going to be really, 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 really important for you. Watch this. I'm going to get rid of these golden cross things. We don't need them right now. I made my point with that. Check this out. Everybody pay attention. For those of you coming in, we're looking at the total crypto market cap, which is pushing almost $4 trillion. Woo! Crypto is worth about 4 trillion with a T, just so you know. I'm looking at these candles here. That's cool. Weekly candles, that's cool. Monthly candles, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are we doing here? Right? Remember, from here to here is 974 days. Look, from this, these are monthly candles. You see that? Ooh, we'll get to you in a minute. That's money beeping at me, guys, on a 2-hour chart. Yeah, that, woo. Okay, cuz. You don't gotta do that so loud with that money, dog. Hold on. Don't beep at me like that, and people, man. Don't yell at me like that. Money coming at me. Let me show y'all something. Somebody said no more 8 to 12 trillion. We are definitely going to 8 to 12 trillion. 7 phones. 7 phones. 4 trillion is where we are. We are definitely going 8 to 12. 7 phones. You out of control. Let me address 7 phones real quick. 7 phones. Pay attention. This is your high right here. This down here, 7 phones, is your low. Pay attention. I'm talking directly to you, 7 phones. Watch this. Now I'm going to go right here, click this, and click on custom Fibonacci's. Tell me what you see, 7 phones. I'm talking to you, sir, with your laughing emojis. Understand this. You see, these are monthly candles. Do you think it's an accident that all these months right here got rejected under the 23% level? Then we got above, came back to test it, and now you're getting above the 38% level. Do you think it's a game, what I'm showing you? Rallied up here, rejection at the 786, found support here at 618, and even support at the 50% level. You have to be above the 50% level in order to be bullish on any asset, 7 phones. Now that we found 3 months, 3 months of support here, okay, at 50%, notice that we go up here and find the support at the 618. That's called the golden ratio, by the way, this area here. Comes up, rallies back down. Look, 3 months at the up here and find the support at the 618. That's called the golden ratio, by the way, this area here. Comes up, rallies back down. Look, 3 months at the 786 number. This area here comes up 786 number. Fibonacci is 6.75 trillion. The 3618 is 9 trillion, 7 phones. The top of the fib is 10 trillion. Talking to you, sir. Look at this. You don't understand that this is happening already? You better wake up. You better wake up. You got to see. Look, sir. This is already happening. 7 phones. I'm talking to you. This is already happening. You are going to go up here. This is happening, sir. Look at that. Okay. You should have 2 phones. 7 phones is too much. 2 phones. Kevin Gates got 2. Why you don't have 2 phones? You got 2 phones. You doing this wrong, bro. All right, let's get it going. Let's keep it going. All right, now. We know that what I'm saying is the truth because the data is right here. This stuff is perfectly aligning to these Fibonacci's. That's just a fact. That's just, you could screenshot it right now. This is just facts that these Fibonacci's are the truth. And these are the top side of the Fibonacci's over here. If you still think that's a game, let me just go here and remind you another time. Look, pay attention. This is a top right here, top. This down here is a bottom. Look at this. Just in case you think these Fibonacci's don't reign true. Let me take this one right here and move it out the way for a second. Let's just get rid of it. Bye-bye. Let's just get rid of this. Look at this. Pay attention to everybody that's on this live. This was 2018 right here, right? You remember the all-time, look, the high was 2017. That was the all-time high right there. Look. Then you got this cascading event that did like this. Pay attention. Look. Somebody say, oh, I see it. Down goes Fraser. And as it comes back up, you think it's an accident that this was the 23% level. Do you see what's happening again? There's your 23% level. There's your 38% level. 50% level right here, guys. Ding, 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 ding. There's your 618, 786. And then now you got to go up here. And let me just drag it out so you can actually see it with your own eyes. As you start flying up, there's your 1618 right there. Boom. Rallies all the way up here, 2618. Rally, there's your 3618. Comes back down. Look, you think it's an accident that it found this level right here again. Somebody say, no, it is not an accident. So now that you understand that, coming from the last cycle, this is the cycle we are in now. Do you believe me when I tell you that this is not a game? There is your Fibonacci. There's your 23% level. There's your 38% level. There's your 50% level. Bing, 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 bing. There's your 618. There's your 786 right there. There is your old all-time high. We are going up here to the rest of these Fibonacci's. You don't have to listen to me. Go ahead and short it if you feel like. We're going up here, guys. So, 8 to 12 trillion, like I said. Whatever you want to do. Now let's go back to what I was doing originally thinking. I said 8 to 12. I'm backing off of that. What are you talking about? No, you can't get me to back off of that. All right, cool. Now let me show you something else. Y'all got it? Okay, cool. Let me just take a chill pill for a second. Deep breathing. It trust me, it heals a lot of stuff. Deep breathing. From your belly. Feel that belly cavity up. You gotta do that a couple times. Do it at the lights and stuff like that. When you get to a stoplight, just do that a couple times a day. You'll find out. All right, let's go back. We know this stuff is for real. You're looking at the numbers. I want to show you something else. Let's zoom in here for a second. This looks gibberish. You know, these are a couple reds in there, a couple reds and stuff like that. Pay attention. You ready? I'm going to flip this in a second. You ready? Watch this. One, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. No. Let's go back. No. Someone on there was asking me, how do I know we're in the bull market? Well, just look at the candles. Look, ready? Watch. Look at these candles. Okay? You already know this is going up, but I'm showing it to you in a different way. You ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Do you see more green than you see red? Or let me know. These are monthly candles. That means for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the last 5 months, we have been. But this is the total crypto market cap. This ain't ETH or Sol or Doge. This is everything for the last 5 months. Huh? Let me show you what a bear market looks like. A bear market looks like this. I want to be very clear. Okay? If you want to know what a bull market this is a bull market. I can't make this stuff up, guys. Are you kidding me? Right? This is what a bull market looks like. A bunch of green candles on the monthly chart. This is a bear market. Consecutive months like this was a bear market. I can't make this stuff up, guys. This was the bear market of 2018. That's your bear market. This is your bull market. That was the bull market of last cycle. This is the bear market of this cycle, 2022. You are in a raging bull market. Tell me if somebody stop me when I'm lying. Just stop me. Just whenever I'm telling a fib, just tell me. Just let me know half-truths and forgeries. Let me know if you hear half-truths and forgeries. No. It's raging. Somebody say, hey, you know what? I didn't even know. I don't know. If you had to be on a team right now. You see, when it comes to trading and making money or investing even, right? You have to pick a team. Look, what team do you think is winning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 green months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 23 against 9. What way are we going? What kind of market is this? I'm curious. I'm just asking. It's 23 against 9. What type of market are we in? Is it bull or bear? This is a bull market, guys. You don't get it twisted. All right. That was fun, right? Looking at the charts will tell you so much. If you slow down and you just look at the charts, things will start making sense. Anybody here familiar with the stock market, S&P 500? Anybody? Anybody familiar with the S&P 500? Just, right? Let me know if you're familiar with this, the S&P 500 stock market, where all the money is, like $300 trillion or something like that floating around in that thing, right? Somebody say, yeah, a little. You don't have to know much. Even if you're not aware, what I'm about to show you is just, you can't unsee it. You don't have to know much about the stock market at all, except for what I'm about to show you. You don't have to worry about nothing else. I am going to literally show you what is going on in the stock market. This is nothing that anybody can deny. I'm on the monthly chart. Here is the bottom right here of the stock market. This is the S&P 500. This down here is 2009. You remember what happened in 2008? Some of y'all are young and you have no idea what happened in 2008. The market came slamming down like this. Look, it was it was bullish right here. This is 2003. Everything was going fine. Yay! Yeah, everybody making money, whatever. And in 2008, the market slammed down like this. Pay attention. It slammed down. Came all the way down here. Look at this now. Look. Somebody say, OMG. This is your stock market, ladies and gentlemen. Is the stock market bullish or bearish? Please let me know. So, hey, please let me know. Is the stock market this is a higher. We're creating higher highs and higher lows. It's bullish, right? Now, if you are confused about all these little red candles and stuff off in here, that's when you go over here. I'm simplifying it for you. I'm not even going to hold you. These are called Heikin Ashi candles. No. We're not going to do that. Look, we're not going to do that. Look, Heikin Ashi candles, right? We want the meaning explained. Heikin Ashi candles, meaning average bar in Japanese, are a technical trading tool that uses average price data to create a smoother chart. Look, filtering out market noise and better highlight, trends that traditional, candlesticks can't handle. So it's basically going to smooth the price action out for you so you don't see all of this. This is noise. You know what's not noise? If I come right here and click on Heikin Ashi candles here, pay attention. I'm going to count it down from 3. 3, 2, 1. Do you see it now? Look at the noise from the regular candlesticks. 3, 2, 1. Do you see it now? The stock market is super bullish. Don't make me show it to you. Come on, guys. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Look. If you was a pro investor, you might be novice right now, maybe a beginner. I'm going to turn you into a pro just real quick. As a pro investor, you have to look at your portfolio. risk to reward ratio has to come into play. You already know that Apple and Microsoft have been around since 75 and 76. You know that NVIDIA is literally one of the world's most, if not the most at this particular point, most valuable company in the world, even valued over Apple. I think it's a $4 trillion market cap, just NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the size of all of crypto. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Okay? These things, these are companies. They're publicly traded companies. They have employees. They have real products and real services that solve real problems in the marketplace. These products are used to run businesses. You're talking about softwares and stuff like that. You're talking about graphics cards and stuff. The things that these people do allow people to make gazillion dollars. They aren't going anywhere. So if those things was in your portfolio, right? And you had crypto in your portfolio, if the market starts going south, meaning the S&P 500, right? That means crypto is also going to go. Why? Because the most volatile thing in your portfolio is crypto. It's not the stocks. So if the stocks start dipping down, you're going to get rid of the most volatile thing first. This is a fact. You're going to sell crypto first before you sell these guys. These guys have been around 75, 76 with Microsoft and Apple, Google's out there, Tesla and all of that. Those things will stay in your portfolio. You'll sell a little bit, right? You'll hedge a little bit. But the things that you truly get rid of first, crypto. That's the most volatile. So why am I telling you this? Because if the stock market is creating higher highs and higher lows, and it is going up, it is in a raging bull market, right? What do you think people are going to do when they have more money from their bread and basket? Like if you was a real estate agent, you were like your 3-bedroom, 2-bath, that's the bread and butter right there. Stocks is the bread and butter in their portfolio. They got some real estate in there and all that. If that stuff is going up, they feel a little bit more risky. They're going to take a little bit more money. You know what? Let me put it into some riskier assets. Crypto, Bitcoin. Let me put some in some Ethereum. Let me and they're only going to put like 1 to 3% of their, come on, guys. They don't, I know, you up to 15 and 20%. Some of y'all 100% in crypto. That's not how the pros do it. 1 to 3% allocation in crypto. That's the risky part of their portfolio. That's not stocks. That's not real estate. Are you kidding me? 1 to 3%. So you want the stock market to look like this because they're going to take some of this money that they're making and they're going to take some of their other capital and they're going to start putting it over here because this runs harder and faster than the bread and butter. This stuff right here runs, compound interest is what they're more so worried about when it comes to S&P 500. They're not really trying to go in here and crazy trade this and stuff like that. They're holding this. Some of this stuff that they own, paying them dividends and stuff like that. They ain't going to sell it. They don't want to sell it. It pays them a dividend. You know what I mean? It's compounding with interest. That takes time for it to come. So they don't want to sell it. They don't want to get rid of it because they've been holding it for 10 years. And the first 1 or 2 years, they wasn't really making the money that they want to make. But now they're in the 8th or the 10th year. That money is starting to compound for real. The gains are crazy when you start compounding at a later stage. So they don't want to mess with that. But they do want to take a little bit of extra money and throw it at some crypto. So if I'm showing you the stock market is bullish, you better believe that crypto is also going to be bullish because the real money is not coming from the retail investors. Those of you who have $1 million or less worth of crypto, that's retail. The institutional investors are here now. You have these exchange traded funds or ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Wall Street is buying this stuff now. VCs, venture capitalists buying this stuff now. Angel investors investing in this stuff now. Pension funds investing, nation states investing in this stuff now. The real money is coming into crypto now. And Jerome Powell is probably going to come on TV Wednesday and say, you know what? For everybody who runs a business, who actually likes to get into what we call not consumer debt, but what we like to call leveraged debt. You borrow money because rich people don't spend their money. They borrow other people's money to make money. Somebody say that again. Rich people don't like spending their money. They borrow money from other people. And that way, if the shit goes south, it's like, well, shit, what we doing? What we looking at, my credit, or what we looking at? You know what I'm saying? We need to restructure the business or something like that, because shit, it ain't good. Not the personal bread. They don't do that. So they have to borrow. Your favorite companies are in debt right now, even though they got a gazillion dollars in cash. Let me see if I'm telling the truth here. Apple cash on hand. 2025. Y'all think I'm playing. See, y'all play too much. Y'all gotta understand macroeconomics. I'm trying to show y'all how this really works. Here, Apple cash. Go put this in Google for yourself. Apple's cash on hand. About 55 billion. As of quarter ending June 30th of this year, Apple has about $55 billion in cash. In cash. Cash on hand, 55 billion. Apple. Watch this. Apple debt. Right? 2025. How much debt are they in? Hold up, dog. Key figures. Long-term debt, they in $82 billion of debt. They in a total of $100 billion in debt. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who that? Who that? Ain't them damn iPhones coming out on the September the 19th? Then a bunch of people pre-order them damn iPhones and them damn new AirPod 3s and shit. What do you mean? They got $55 billion cash, yet they are in $82 billion worth of debt. But it's not the type of debt that you are probably in. It ain't consumer debt. That's how big businesses run. So when Jerome Powell comes on the TV, the reason that Wednesday meeting is so important is because Apple, they can't borrow any more money right now. It's too expensive. The rates are too high. They don't want to borrow any money, which means they got to lay some people off. They can't really put the money into research and development to develop other products and stuff. They got to pull back. It's too expensive. Hey, dog, we be borrowing money. We ain't using our money, cuz. Jerome Powell will come on TV and say, you know what? Due to the economy and job numbers and blah, 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 we're going to need to do a rate cut, which means they're going to make money cheap for these guys. Not you. This ain't got nothing to do with you. We're talking about the big boys. The money is going to be cheaper for the big boys. Not you, not me. They don't work for us like that. If the money is cheaper for them, guess what happens to these companies? They go and borrow money, which they're gonna hire more people. They're gonna put more money into research and developments. They're gonna put more products and services out there, more thriving of the economy when money is cheap for them. Huh? And if they're hiring people, don't those people got some money, a paycheck? What do you think they're gonna do with the paycheck? Some of them gonna buy some crypto. This is if the stock market is going to be going up because they're hiring people and they can create more products and services, put it in the marketplace and sell more products and services, the stock is just going to keep going. Stocks are going to keep going up. People who now have jobs and a little bit more extra cash and they're feeling a little bit more rich, these people are going to buy what? They're going to buy some consumer-based products for sure, which does what? Makes the companies go up again because they're selling products and services. But a lot of people are also going to invest. Do you see how this works? That meeting that's coming up Wednesday is super important to your portfolio, to this economy. Somebody let me know if I'm telling the truth. Somebody put it down there and let me know if I'm telling the truth. I'm sorry, that passion that you hear. That passion, that's just fire. I'm not yelling at you. That's fire. That's passion. I'm trying to get you to understand the importance of what's happening Wednesday. I'm trying to get you to understand the macroeconomic environment, where it is and where it is positioned. You got to get in position. If you're not in position, you can't take advantage of this. Come on now. Am I keeping it real? Apple also happens to be Wednesday. Well, Friday, because they're gonna the iPhones are gonna ship out because the pre-order is happening now. But they start shipping out and making available their iPhones on the freaking 19th. Oh my God. You mean to tell me that Jerome Powell could come on TV, cut rates, make money cheap for companies like Apple, and then they actually release a new product or service? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh man. They're releasing the new stuff. The new iPads, the new AirPods, the new watches, the new phone. I'm just trying to make sense of it. This is Apple only has a three. The new iPads, the new AirPods, the new watches, the new phone. I'm just trying to make sense of it. This is Apple only has a three. Is the new phone only has a 3 and 3.8 trillion. They're gonna make money cheap for these guys. Jeez, man. What? Nah, I'm just saying. I don't have a crystal ball, guys. Right? No one can actually read the markets. But do you think that you should be in or out of the market right now? Is what I'm asking. You see, you got to make that decision. I can't make it for you. I'm not a financial advisor. But based off of what I'm telling you, do you think it's smart for you to be in position or out of position with where the market is right now, what's happening? Right? You know the definition of success, don't you? When preparation meets opportunity, that's the definition of success, according to Oprah Winfrey, who's a billionaire, by the way. When preparation meets opportunity, success. There's an opportunity coming ahead in a couple of days. Are you prepared? That's short term. Let's stretch it out. There's an opportunity coming your way by the year 2030. Are you prepared? Are you preparing right now for 2030? Artificial intelligence market cap will be over $100 trillion with a T. Are you preparing for what's coming? Artificial intelligence will have a market cap over $100 trillion. AI. Bitcoin will be in position to be somewhere between $500,000 and $1 million by 2030. Ethereum will be in position to be over 25,000 per ETH. Are you preparing for the opportunity that is rushing your way? Oh. Some of y'all don't even believe that. They're like, a $25,000 ETH. Ethereum, $25,000, bro. I see, but see, y'all influence be out of control. Y'all just be throwing numbers out there, bro. Y'all be throwing numbers out. That's why I don't even be like listening to y'all, bro. Because y'all just be throwing numbers out there, man, expecting people to listen to stuff, bro. Until you understand stuff like this. Bitcoin to 1 million, Ethereum to 180,000 by 2030. I said 25. I was trying to give you a break because I know you don't believe stuff like that. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. You don't know what the blockchain is. You don't understand any of this stuff, do you? You just want to make money. You can put some money in a crypto and a little dog coin or something, and you want to make some money and stuff like that. Like a lot of these dog coins and stuff that y'all putting y'all money to are built on the Ethereum blockchain. Facts. Ethereum has gas fees that is attached to it when you're moving these things around. Stable coins will be bigger than ever. Last time I checked, and I checked yesterday, stable coins, ladies and gentlemen, are built on the Ethereum blockchain. You see, you got to know what I'm talking about. Let's just make sure. I don't want to make this stuff up. I don't want to make it up. I just want to go right here and I want to click on Tether, which is a stable coin, and USDC, which is a stable coin. which USDC is owned by Circle, and Circle is also a publicly traded company for stable coins. This is the most profitable company ever, Tether. Go look it up. I can't make that stuff up. Go look it up for yourself. I just want to go down here and see what. This is the most profitable company ever, Tether. Go look it up. I can't make that stuff up. Go look it up for yourself. I just want to go down here and see what company ever. I just want to go down here and see what. This, the most profitable company ever with this business model, stablecoins, is built on the Ethereum blockchain. The contract address is Ethereum. Somebody say, I didn't even know that. USDC, which is a stablecoin owned by Circle, is also built on the Ethereum blockchain. You're going to hear a lot of rumblings and noise about stablecoins. Trump wants to start a stablecoin. Solana is talking about starting their own stablecoin. Stablecoins are coming, okay, in a huge number. It will be very, very profitable. And a lot of these things will be built on the Ethereum blockchain for sure. They're choosing Ethereum, guys. I'm just shaking my head right now, man, because I just got to shake my head for a second, man. It's because too much. This is a lot of sauce, and some people hearing it, some people not. So I gotta let it breathe for a second. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Solana, Sui, Aptos, right? like you know, Ondo, like what? Like but y'all not hearing me, man. Athena, you know what I'm saying? Hyperliquid, you know what I'm saying? Like these things, boy. I'm just shaking my head, man. Aerodrome and stuff like. Jeez, man. Somebody said me trying to get the fam on. You know what I'm saying? BTC chart. Yeah, we looked at the BTC chart. It's bullish. 115,000. You don't want to see Bitcoin fall below 115,000. That's the baseline of support right now. That's all you need to know about Bitcoin. If it falls below 115,000, starts closing candles and rejects 115, you got a problem. Somebody said, what do you think about Cosmos Atom? It's cool. Atom is cool. Atom is cool. There's something cooler than Atom. Who that asked me about Atom? It was like, yo, what do you think about Rachel? Rachel. Nothing wrong with Cosmos Atom. You want me to show you something cooler than that, though? This is for Rachel, y'all. Rachel, let me show you something cooler than that. Watch this. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. I'm going to show you something that a lot of people, they won't even, a lot of people don't even know that this stuff right here that works. They don't even know. They don't even know how this works. They don't even know how to do this. I'm going to show you something here and you're going to be like, wait, what? I'm actually going to do this in a way where you can basically copy what I'm doing. It's for everybody. Trust me, this answer and this comment that I'm doing right here, this not just for Rachel. It's for everybody. Don't turn your head and look away on this. Rachel, check this out. Go to CoinMarketCap for a second. Well, when you get off this live, just remember this. Go to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance, the biggest exchange in the world. Go to CoinMarketCap, coinmarketcap.com. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to hover over cryptocurrencies like this. Put your mouse over cryptocurrencies. You're going to see a whole bunch of stuff, a bunch of categories here. I want you to go down here, up under crypto. I want you to click on categories like this. Click categories. Now, I'm a Mac user, okay? Which means I can click Command F and bring up a search. And I'm typing in Cosmos. See here, COSMOS. So you asked me about Cosmos, right? Now look at this. Check. It said it found one of one. It found the Cosmos ecosystem, which means I can come right here and click on this and it showed me the things that are in the Cosmos ecosystem, right? Fetch.ai, Celestia, Thorchain Rune, right? Akash, Mantra, right? You see, this is the Cosmos ecosystem. Kachira, right? It's worth your while to come in here and check out the ecosystem, right? Not just Cosmos itself, but actually check out the ecosystem. Let's click over here and let's filter this by the last 7 days. Now something over here is up 65% in the last 7 days. Kavalind, what is that? Right? You go here and you check this stuff out. Now, if that wasn't dope, look at this. This is every category. If you're looking for AI memes, it gives you all the AI memes. Somebody say OMG, right? If you're going here and you're looking for, look, if I go here and I type in AI here, right? Artificial intelligence, right? You can go in here and you can find all kind of stuff up here, big tech or whatever, but it's all up in here. Interoperability plays, and they got it all hooked up for you. Somebody say, wait, what? Yeah, AI agents. I click on this and you will see the AI agents like AI 16Z, Unibase, which is up 241% last 7 days. You see what I'm saying? Chain GPT, Pound.ai. You see what I mean? Look, Virtuals Protocol, right? You can go up in here. When I told you about organization, guys, look, stable coin. Whoa, stable coins. Hold up, bro. Tether, USDC. There's Ethena. There's Ethena, right? There's Ethena. Okay, you see what I mean? So I'm not just talking just to be talking. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Generative AI, DeFi protocols, the base ecosystem, you know. Somebody say, oh my gosh, like you can go here and look at real world asset protocols. Wait, what? You know, Chainlink and its oracles, Avalanche, Stellar, HBAR, Ondo, VeChain, Algorand. Somebody say, good Lord, bro, this already organized for me, player? Yeah. Look, these are real world assets. Look at how they performed in the last 7 days. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Look. That's Link, Avalanche, XLM, Stellar Lumens, HBAR, Ondo. Look. Somebody say, oh, I got it. Anna said, thank you. Because some of y'all have cryptos in your portfolio and you don't know what sector they're in. You don't like, what ecosystem is this thing in? You know, because I'm trying to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, right? Anna, you getting it? Abel, right? You go up in here and you look at AI and big data. These are your big artificial intelligence projects here. Click on that for me, Calvin. Sure. Number 1, BitTensor Tau, Near Protocol, ICP, Render, Filecoin. There's Fetch.ai, Injective, The Graph, Virtual Protocol, Aether, EOS, LivePair, Akash. You get it? This stuff, you can just go here and find out where all the, somebody say, nah, I ain't know that. That was strong. That was strong. That's strong. That type of information right there moves the needle. That's why people come to my lives, man. I'm trying to level y'all up, man. People play too much. I'm trying to level y'all up, give y'all this game, so y'all can start organizing y'all stuff. What I tell you about organization? What I tell y'all? You don't want to be doing that. This is noise. Organize the noise so it sounds like music. That's all music is, organized noise. Take your stuff, put that on there, move that on there. Okay, that's looking like something right there. Yeah. That's looking like something right there, dog. Don't you want your portfolio to look like something and sound like music? Trust me, you want it. What are your price predictions for XRP, honestly, by the end of the year? Nobody can give you that. You cannot ask that question, Night Fallon Twitch. You don't have to ask that question to anyone else. Not on Twitter, not in no comments on YouTube, nowhere. You don't ever have to ask that question again because no one is going to be able to give you an answer. XRP is a project that has been around since 2014. I know this for a fact. XRP has been around since 2014. It has actively survived 3 bear markets. Currently, it is the 3rd largest asset on the blockchain. It is an asset that has gone to court, and the judge has said it is not what? A security. So on paper, from a court, it's not a security. It's something you need to have in your portfolio, in my personal opinion. Do not try to figure out what level it can go to when it comes to money. No one can tell you. XRP is a wild card. It could go off and do crazy 3 digits or 4 digits. We have no idea. We don't know. We own it because we recognize it. It's been around since 2014, survived 3 bear markets, 3rd largest crypto on the blockchain, and it's not a security guaranteed. If they go and they start messing around with their own stable coins and they go and they start doing all kind of stuff with the banks to help move the world's money instead of SWIFT protocol, the number is whatever it's going to be. I don't know. I have no idea. The real question is, should you have it in your portfolio? In my personal opinion, absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Not just from great tokenomics and all of that, but the market sentiment. They have something called the XRP Army. They got a lot of volume, a lot of liquidity. People love that thing. Right? When I'm out and about, and people notice me a lot when I'm out and about, the crypto dude, right? Whatever. I always get a question about XRP. It's XRP, Cardano, and the people don't even ask me about meme coins no more. They don't even ask me about Shiba Inu or Dogecoin. They 100% ask me about XRP. They want to know about. I'm not making this stuff up, guys. If you ever become an crypto influencer or start creating content, people are gonna want to know what's up with XRP, bro. That's all people buying out there. People that don't know hardly much of nothing about crypto, they buying XRP. It's got too much of a following. You got to have it in your portfolio. I'm serious. That's my personal opinion. Not somebody saying HBAR or something. No, they're not asking about HBAR. They know nothing about Hedera Hashgraph. They don't know Hedera Hashgraph has a council with people like Google and T-Mobile and all these people on the council. They don't know about Hedera Hash. They don't know about the graphs. No, they don't know. XRP though. They asked about XRP. They asked about Solana and stuff like that. And of course, Cardano has a crazy following. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man. This is true. Like a lot of times, investing doesn't have anything to do with technicals. A lot of times, investing doesn't have anything to do with technicals. It has everything to do with market sentiment. Is this something that people, when they come into crypto, new people, when they come into crypto, what are the chances of them buying this? And that's where WorldCoin is going to come in, right? That's where your Shiba is going to come in, your Doge, stuff like that. Not because of tokenomics and all that. I'm not saying tokenomics is good or bad on that. I'm saying to you, just by default, pay attention to me and see if I'm telling you the truth. I click over here. Watch this. I go here. Look over here. See, look at this. Live Coin Watch. Pay attention. Are y'all looking? This is Live Coin Watch. Let's pretend that this right here is Coinbase. If you log into Coinbase, Coinbase has a list of assets, right? And it looks something like this. When new people come into crypto and they have $100, which one of these are they going to buy? We're looking at the top 10. Which one of those are they going to buy? They got $100. Leave the answer down there at the bottom. They're going to buy one of these in the top 10 because that's showing in an exchange. Which one of these are they going to buy? Somebody said the top 3. No, the people that said Doge is right. They have $100. Dogecoin is 26 cents. They're going to realize that they can get thousands of these things, saying to themselves, if this thing go to $1, I'm rich. They are not going to buy, take the stable coins out, right? They're not going to buy Bitcoin. They don't think that they think they got to buy a whole Bitcoin. They don't, these are new people into crypto. They're not going to buy $100,000 crypto. They're not going to buy $100 worth of this. They're not going to do it, guys. They're not going to buy $100 worth of something that's trading at $4,500 per coin. They're not even going to buy XRP like that. They're going to buy the cheapest thing first. They're going to buy this. It's the top 10. Think about it. When you first came into crypto, you probably did the same thing. Ooh, I'm going to buy this shit. This is only 26 cents, man. Crypto be going stupid. Shit, if I buy this shit, I can buy $100 worth of this, man. I get a couple thousand of these shit. If it just go to $1, shit. That's we talking a Lambo, ain't it? That's how people think when they come into crypto. I swear to God. That's how they think. They don't look at crypto from the tokenomic aspect, from the volume and liquidity aspect, from the actual power of market sentiment and stuff like that, from the power of how long it's been around and where are the institutional and power player investors going to be. So they don't look at it from what's going to do 3 or 4 or 5 or 10x. They look at it as how many of these do I have? A 3x is a 3x. A 5x is a 5x. 10x is a 10x. Doesn't matter what the crypto is. These are facts. This is facts. So having Dogecoin in your portfolio, something else that's been around since 2014, by the way. Dogecoin has been around since 2014 as well. Don't make me show it to you. It's been around since 2014. That means it's also survived 3 bear markets. It's the meme coin that's in the top 10 that has also survived 3 bear markets. And it's still in the top 10. These are straight up facts, what I'm telling you. It just makes sense to have a small bag of Doge because when retail investors really come flying in here, it already has a name for the number 1 meme coin out there. Doge. People love Dogecoin, Dogecoin, Dogecoin. Doge. Right? Forget technical analysis. Are they going to buy that when they come to crypto? Did you buy it? Did you look at it? These are facts. I know this for a fact. I made a lot of money in crypto, guys. And when I came into crypto, I didn't understand what it was. I was new just like you. I bought $1,000 worth of USDT because I thought that I was like, shit, this is only $1. I was like, shit, this right here is trading for $1, man. Shit, if this go to like $10 or $12, I'm straight. And I was trying to figure out week after week why I wasn't going up past $1. I was like, crypto is crazy, man. This one ain't moving. I didn't realize it was a stable coin. I thought it was a crypto in the top 10. This only $1. Y'all can laugh if you want to. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it straight real. I'm like, why is this one not moving? What's up with this? It's true. That's not even a joke. That's a true story. That's a true story. Right? So if I did it, right, and I looked at, say back then it was XLM. I was looking at XLM because it was in the top, like Polygon Matic. I was looking at because Polygon was cheap, so it was a Polygon Matic. It was XLM. I was buying all that stuff because it was 13 cents and 20 cents and stuff like that. I was trying to buy the cheap stuff. I didn't understand that I should be buying Ethereum at $300, $400, $500 or something. Like I didn't understand that. I'm keeping it real with y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all the truth. I'm sharing a real story with y'all. Y'all laughing. I'm trying to tell you what new people coming into crypto, what they're gonna do with their money, right? And once they start getting educated and stuff like that, then they'll start looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin and being diversified and balanced and stuff like that, coming to actual lives like this and stuff like that, and figuring out having my crypto cheat guide and understanding like, oh, okay, I didn't realize I'm supposed to be diversified and I'm supposed to have 25% of my portfolio in Bitcoin because it's store value. They don't think that. They think that I don't got enough money to buy. I missed Bitcoin. It's 115,000. I missed it. What? What are you talking about? No, what? I missed Ethereum. I missed it. That's what they're gonna do because it's $4,500 Ethereum. They're not buying that. They got $100, $200. You didn't buy it. Be honest. Be honest with yourself, man. Somebody said, "Who taught you this?" I taught myself. I got burned out about 70 plus $1,000. Which, if you look at what multiples, some of these, I taught myself. I got burned out about 70 plus $1,000. Which, if you look at what multiples, some of these cryptos have done since, yeah, it's way more than I've lost a couple mil just based off of what what I'm saying, what type of gains these cryptos have done since I lost all that money trying to learn how to do this. Yeah, see, yeah, I'm saying that to you guys, and that I'm trying to keep it real with you, just so you understand. Losing that type of money, meaning it wasn't in the market, it wasn't there, and I wasn't holding it and just letting it ride out and letting the money run up. So I lost because I was trying to figure it out, and whenever something would move down, I would take the money out at a loss, and oh man, I can't figure this damn thing out. But I didn't know nothing about this stuff. I was trying to figure it out. I had the bread. I was an entrepreneur. As a digital marketer and affiliate marketer, I've been getting to the bag, guys. Crypto don't change my lifestyle at all. I've been getting to the money. I was trying to figure this thing out. How does this work? And I lost a lot of money. Over 70,000, which if you look at what these cryptos have done running up and stuff like that, it equates to a couple mil that I lost. Trying to figure this stuff out. That's why I can comfortably be here in front of you knowing what I know now and just tell you what it is. Like, what are you talking about? This is going to happen to many, many people. Many, many, many people, man. They're going to round trip their gains because they're not taking the time to figure out how this works. They don't understand how altcoins work. They don't know when the altcoins run. They don't understand, unrealized losses or unrealized gains. They don't understand this stuff. They're not balanced. They're not diversified. They're chasing wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm WorldCoin because I such and such made 100, 2,000, 100,000 with the world. So then they just go and buy a bunch of WorldCoin. But they don't know how to chart. They don't know when to actually buy that particular project. So they just throw a bunch of money in there and end up being exit liquidity. It's bad, man. That's why I'm doing as much as I can, guys, to actually, try to help some people out. I mean, for those of you right now, if you was to, who knows WorldCoin? Be honest. Just hold your hand. I'm not gonna make fun of you or nothing like that. I want to show you something. Like you're familiar with WorldCoin, right? Just say me in the comments so I can see how many people in there. Kelvin said he doesn't. Kelvin, you'll figure it out in a minute, or just go look it up. But a lot of people, right? And then so you got a lot of people they hyped up about WorldCoin right now. Can I show y'all something? just so you can stop being hype, okay? Because you get people that throw a bunch of money in it and they flip their money, they do that, and some people know what they're doing, and some people it's just like, wait, it's like, why would you do that? Now check this out. Look what I'm about to show you. This is the project here. Y'all agree with me, right? That's it right there, yeah? Watch what I'm about to show you. I'm in the middle of the chart, meaning I'm on a 4-hour time frame. I'm not too low to be in the swing or day trade territory, and I'm not too high to be in the day trader or scalping territory, and I'm not too high to be in the absolute swing, high swing, or investor territory, like super long term. I'm in the middle. So as I look at WorldCoin here right now, look at it, right? Clearly I can see that it's doing this, right? So if you, right off the bat, this is just quick information because I know how to chart. So it's quick. If this is sitting at $1.49 and you're asking me, when should I actually take this serious to actually get in or whatever, it wouldn't be now. What you would need to do is you need to wait for this to break out and retest the top side of this, because this is all resistance, right? So you needed to break out, come back, retest this as support here. So look, break and retest support, and that's when you would grab it, right? On the breakout and the retest. If you don't do that, off the rip, you gotta wait for this to happen. You gotta wait for this thing to get over $1.73. This is quick, Matt. This is quick technical analysis for you. I wouldn't touch this thing unless you got in a breakout and retest for support, or you waiting for it to get past and find support above $1.73. This is a fact. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is a bull flag. Okay, this is just quick analysis. This is a bull flag, which means when this thing breaks out, the chances of this going and doing this from this is the pole right here. This is the quick analysis. This is a bull flag, which means when this thing breaks out, the chances of this going and doing this from this is the pole right here. This is the thing breaks out. The chances it normally does the length of the pole. So it'll break out and look something like that. But here's what's crazy. While y'all are doing all of this, macro investors like myself, I won't even touch it right now. Why? Because if I go here to the daily chart, pay attention, and I zoom out like this, look at this. And I go here, watch this. I go here to the weekly and I look at this. I'm gonna get rid of all of these drawings. I look at that, and then I go here to the monthly and I look at this. Somebody say, oh my gosh. This is what you're dealing with right now. Pay attention. You're dealing with this. Y'all are going to keep getting burned. This is a consolidation. Listen to me. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you don't listen to me, you're going to continue to get burned. This WorldCoin is moving in a consolidated pattern. This is a monthly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the bottom right here, 57 cents. And the top side of this is about $1.64. And people are going to keep on snatching your heart out because you don't recognize this as a pattern of what we call consolidation. Even when it broke out here, y'all thought this was going to go crazy. It came the bears slammed it right back inside of this box. I wouldn't touch this thing until you actually close candle above $1.62 straight up facts. Somebody said, F, I love WorldCoin. I'm just trying to tell you to be careful, sir. For the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for the last 7 months, it's been consolidating. People been getting their heart snatched out. As someone who's looking at this, I'm like, man, y'all gonna keep on getting crushed. Now, I showed you that on a monthly chart. Now watch me double down on it. Somebody say he gonna double down. Peep game. That's your monthly chart. Now I'm gonna go here to your weekly chart so we can see more candles. Look what it's been doing week to week. This is going to keep snatching your heart out, guys. This is in a consolidation pattern. You see it? Look, if I click on the daily chart, look. This is consolidation, guys. They fooled you by running it all the way up here, and the bears came and pulled it right back into this box. You have to see this thing get outside of this box, okay? You gotta see it get outside of this box, right? And if this is my low point, and it is, right, my nearest high point is right here. I can't make, I'm just trying to, look, the nearest high point is up here. This is your high. This right here is your nearest high right here. That caused all of this. And you haven't been able to get up here and break that high since. That's $2.47 if you're being conservative. Somebody say, Lord, have mercy, bruh. Lord, have mercy, bruh. You gotta know how to chart, man. You gotta understand. Like, what is your time? What are you trying to do? Now, remember, I showed you on the 4-hour chart. That's the middle of the road. Anything below that, you're dealing with what? Day traders and scalpers. They make their money fast. Right? Then if you start moving past that 4-hour chart, you start going into what? Swing traders and investors. Money coming a little bit slower. What are you trying to do with an asset? Not just that one, but any of your assets. What time frame are you trying to actually extract money out of the market? What time frame? What's your goal? Day trade, swing trade, scalping, investor? What are you doing? And that's how you make your decisions. For me, that thing right there, I'm like, nah, it's too volatile. It's too volatile. I don't do that. That thing got wild swings and stuff like that. Nah, I'm straight. Dope, right? Charting, man, is vital. That's why I have my course. Make sure you take it or not. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. Before I get off the live, I'll show you the link to get to it, but it's up to you. Somebody said, "How about Cardano?" Yeah, ADA. ADA's dope. Let's look at Cardano right now. Let's look at Cardano right now. Cardano, I can't. This is. Oh man. I already see what's going on here. Okay, let me show you something. I'm gonna show y'all something. This. I already see what's going on here. There's gonna come a time when if you take my course and you really are taking my course and watching the videos, and you're doing this, you're gonna be able to look at a chart and see exactly what's going on. So Cardano right now, right, is trying to find some support. It's trying to find some support. Well, Calvin, how do you don't know that? Yes, I do. Okay, so I went all the way up here to the daily chart real quick just to look at the time frame. Peep game. Cardano's sitting at about 86 cents because this 6 would turn this 9 into a 10, or this 9 would turn this into a 6. So this is 86 cents. Forget all that. That's 86 cents. So Cardano's sitting here at 86 cents, right? Somebody say, yeah, we got it. And I can see that it's starting to start. This is a daily candle now. So this thing came falling down 1, 2, and this is the third candle that's falling down. But I noticed that we got a wick that wicked us down here. So what I would like to do is go down here, currently where we are, and put a line right here. Now, as I look at this line right here, I'm looking across to see what was happening in the past for Cardano. Peep game. This is a break candle, and these two candles are retests for support. So there's break and then support. That was caused it to rally up. On the pullback, notice that it's coming back down here to this exact line. Now, if you go over here and you look, notice this. These are candles that got rejected. Cardano came down here. Look, it rallied up. Look, rallied up here. There's where it got rejected. It got rejected right there. Broke through. So there's the break. Came back to retest. Lost support. Came back. And the bears and the bulls fought over this line right here of 86 cents. They fought over this, and the bulls ended up winning. So they broke back above it. The bears came back, right, taking profits, meaning they took profits. Came back to find support again. Look how many times that you played teeter-totter here on this line right here, guys. Look, this was this level, right, this rejection right here caused Cardano come slamming all the way down here to 68 cents, okay? Notice that this rally right here, this rally rallied all the way up here, right? Got past this, came back to try to find support, lost it, and that's what caused this, right? Somebody say, got it. Got it. Now, you can't see this. This is a daily chart. Doesn't look impressive what's going on here until I go over here and click on something like the 4-hour chart. Look, how does it look now? See, in a daily chart, there's 24 hours in a day, but this is a 4-hour chart. So it's already been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. 5 times 4, it's been 20 hours already. Somebody say, got it, right? It's been about 20 hours. This candle right here has 55 minutes before it closes. This candle will close and a new candle will start. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be the 6th candle. 6 candles makes what? Somebody say it out loud. 6 times, what is 6 times 4? It's 24. It's a day. For the last 24 hours, so it's been finding support right here. See, if you go here to a 2-hour chart, you see that you're going to get more candles of support. You go here to a 1-hour chart, you should have about 24 of these, making its way to 24 anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 candles. It's 4 more candles to go before this is a 24-hour thing. Somebody said, good gosh, man, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. So if that's support for Cardano, that's probably an important place for you to look at maybe getting an entry point. Because if it's refusing to go past 86 cents for the most part for 24 hours, maybe buying that support level and sticking a freaking stop loss down here under these wicks down here, right down there, that's probably a smart idea. The trade would look something like this, entering a trade here and having a stop loss down here where this wick is. You're only risking 1% of your capital right there. If you're on a 10X, this will be 1 times 10. If you're on a 5X, it'll be 5 times. That'll be, you see what I'm doing? 1% of capital. Now, some of y'all like, no. I'm a little bit more advanced than that, Cal. And so I don't want to get wicked out on nothing like that because it's too close to my entry point. And so I'm going to lower my leverage so that I can bring my stop loss down here. Well, why would you bring it down here to this area? I don't know. Probably because this is the last level of resistance down there, where you was getting resistance here. So if you come slamming down past that, that's the next level of support down here. So I would like to avoid them wicking me out of my position here, and I'll put my stop loss, just a tad bit below this, risking maybe about 2.3. You see, somebody said, golly, this is boss stuff. See what I mean? Right? And if you got high leverage, you don't want to be out there with a 10x leverage, because if it comes down there and wick you out of there, then it's 2.28 times 10. Yeah, let's lower the leverage down. You know what I'm saying? How about a 3x or a 4x or something like that? If it come down there and get me down there, we talking somewhere around, I can deal with 6-7% if I get wicked out of that. I'm gonna stop loss. Managing positions and money, this is how it works. But if you're asking me about Cardano, that's the play right there. That's my personal opinion. You guys can disagree with me if you want to, but I'm going to just double down on that because I know how to chart. And so I'm going to tell you that Cardano has been inside of this downward channel right here. And so it has already been in a down channel and it is now finding support. That is the trade that I would take. I would have it down there in the stop loss way down below this so that I don't get wicked out of the trade, because if this ends up being a great entry point, this will rally up and you got a monster entry point around 86 cents, which is a very, very important place for Cardano according to the backlog of it back there. Somebody say, got it. I'm not a financial advisor though. Maybe I'm making this stuff up. Let me just turn on my EMA ribbons and see what these things are doing, okay? So the EMA ribbons right here are finding support right here. And if this breaks support, where's the next level of support? Well, I can get stopped out right here, and then this is support down here. So maybe if I get stopped out, maybe Calvin, I don't take this trade, and maybe I'll wait to see if Cardano comes down here. Maybe I'll set a limit order down here, because that's another smart thing you could do. Not take this trade at all, right? Because these EMA ribbons are still pointing down, and say, you know what? I don't want you to fool me and nothing like that, because you might want to come down here and try this area down here. I'm going to set a limit order down here to buy Cardano down here at 84 cents. And if that limit order gets filled, I got a good position at 84 cents. Some of y'all be like, nah, it might come down here. And then you come down here and you set you a limit order down here, right? If you come down here, Cardano, where all of this stuff is happening, I want to buy you at 81 cents. That 5 will make this a 5, and that 5 will pretty much make this 82 cents, right? And you can set a limit order here. For those of you who understand dollar cost averaging, you might be getting real slick. You might say, you know what? I'm gonna take a position now. I got $1,000. I'm gonna buy 250 now, straight up market. Get me in the market right now in case this thing runs up. I want to be in the game. But because I got $1,000, I'm only going to put 250 in the market now, and I'm going to set a limit order here for 250 and a limit order for 500 down here. That's called dollar cost averaging. So if I buy 250 here, and I buy 250 here, and I buy 500 here, my entry point is somewhere around here in the middle. That's called dollar cost averaging. Somebody say, "Oh my God, this is a master class. I didn't even know you could do that." Because you don't know where the bottom is. Nobody knows where the bottom is. I don't know, right? You look at your technical analysis and you decide what is your risk to reward ratio. What do you want to do with that particular asset? Do you want to just wait for the EMA ribbons to cross up? That's totally fine too. Dope, right? This is how traders come in the market and trade. They're looking at their indicators. They're looking at there could be a potential that it comes down here. So they set limit orders down there to get filled. I don't know where the hell the bottom is, but I got $1,000 that I want to put in this asset, and I'm not going to put it all in right here at 85 cents. 86. I'm going to put 250 in there. I'm going to set a limit order down here for 250. And down there at the bottom, if it come down there, I'm going to set a limit order for 500. If those all get filled, dropping down, I got an average entry point of in the middle there. That's called dollar cost averaging. Dope, right? Then it takes off, and you're like, shh, that's what's up. Some of y'all be trying to figure out how to be getting these dope entry points. Well, I go and I look at the charts and I say to myself, the market could be volatile and that could not be the bottom. And if they come down here and the market makers push the market down here, I got some limit orders set down there. I wish you would, right? And that's how it happens. Now, if you don't believe that, there's an app, not an app, but an indicator that I can show you that's really good. Just check it out. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to go here and I'm going to type in, right, HTF liquidity levels. Some of y'all don't know what that is, but that's okay. I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to show you. I'm going to get rid of all of this other stuff. Somebody say he's getting rid of all the other stuff. He's going to turn that off. Okay. I'm turning these off. Let's go to my data window. I'm turning these EMA ribbons off. I don't need those. Turn those off. All of them. Right. I'm going to get rid of this this trade joint right there. I don't need that. Okay, so get rid of that, right? And look at these lines down here. Now, I'm actually going to get rid of all these horizontal lines too. I'm just going to delete those, right? Okay, cool. Check it out. What are you looking at? You're looking at HTF liquidity pools. What do you mean when you say liquidity pools? There's people that have gotten into Cardano. They have set up trades, right? And some of the trades that they have, their stop loss, a lot of people's stop loss is right here at about 82, 83 cents, right? Because that 9 would make this 2 or 3. This is where a bunch of stop losses are. Why are a bunch of stop losses there? Pay attention. If you follow this, let me put my line here. Look, if you follow this, that's where all of this support, look, see all of this support right there? A lot of people know that that's support. So there's a bunch of people who are buying Cardano right now and their stop loss is way down here. That's called a liquidity level, meaning if the market starts falling and it comes down here, it will liquidate these people out. They got, not stop loss. They have so much leverage, I should say, that their liquidation level is here. That's the proper way to say this. I'm saying it wrong. I don't want to confuse you. They have so much leverage here. Their liquidation level is down here. And if the market comes crashing down here, meaning Cardano comes, it'll liquidate a bunch of people down right there. I promise you, right? There's a lot of, that's for the people that are going long. For the people that are trying to short Cardano, right? Their liquidation is up here, right? They're shorting Cardano, all right? And so if the market pushes up here, these levels right here, these are liquidation levels to get those people liquidated out their trades. There's a bunch of people here that have Cardano liquidations up here at around 95 cents. Do y'all understand what I'm saying to you? We can actually see this stuff. I can see it. Market makers can see it. And so sometimes, they'll run the market down. They'll run the market down just to tap those liquidation levels and get people out of them trades. Real talk. It's nasty work. Somebody say, wait, what? Y'all can see that? Yeah. So you want to know that's nasty work. You know what's crazy about that? Because you now have that indicator, what could you do? You can go down there and set limit orders down there. I wish you would come. If you drive the market down here liquidating other people, I'm actually picking some of that up at the price that other people's get liquidated on. And a lot of time when those liquidation pools get hit, the market comes down like this, boom, 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 hits that liquidation pool, and then immediately runs back up. Boom, hits that pool and immediately runs back up. If you have a limit order set there, boom, they get liquidated, you get an order filled, market runs up immediately, you look up, you 10, 20% up on your trade, just like this. Listen, man, this is too much. This is too much sauce. It's too much sauce. Let me stand up for a second, man. Hold up. It's too much sauce. I need to see fire emojis down there. Y'all tripping. There's too much sauce. Way too much, man. I'm just walking it. I'm walking it off. There's too much. There's too much sauce. There's levels to this. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Grab my course. That right there is not in my course. When I go live, I share stuff like this on my lives. But the reason I'm telling you to grab my course is because you gotta know, just for a second, just take me out of it, right? For real, take me out of the whole situation, the scenario, and just listen to what I'm saying to you. If you don't have my course, right, and you don't understand how the markets work, how they move up, down, sideways, how to predict your entry and exit points, you're going up against monsters. You don't stand a chance. If you don't have the basics of how the charts work, how indicators work, how your asset work, if you don't have that stuff, why are you here in crypto? I'm being honest. Take me out of it. I have a course and I want to sell you one. But forget that. Even if you don't buy mine, listen to what I'm saying to you. How are you expecting to make real money in the markets when there's people out here that know this and more, and they have third-party applications that they spend money on, right? They understand blood diamonds and VWAPs and Elliott wave theories and ABC corrections inside of Elliott wave theories. They got proprietary software. They got trading team. They got bots. They've been in this thing for 10 plus years and they're bringing that expertise to crypto from the stock market. How are you going to compete with these people? You don't have a chance if you don't have at least the basic training. And actually, my stuff is basic and beyond. It's basic and intermediate, to be honest with you. From there, you can build yourself into a pro or an expert. But you got to start with basics and then get some intermediate stuff. My course teaches that for sure. The average person is, we're going to run and then get some intermediate stuff. My course teaches that for sure. The average person is, we're going to run circles around you. Am I telling the truth? Let me know if I'm not trying to scare you. I really, really am telling the truth. Am I telling the truth though? Stuff like this, we actually can see liquidation levels. Stuff like that. Do you know how powerful that is just to know, to be able to see liquidation levels? Where a majority of people are just going to absolutely get liquidated out of a trade. Man, listen. Oh boy. Yeah. That's crazy, right? BP B Pizzo said, "Man, that's great information." For those that let me turn my camera around. Listen, I have my website, Blockchain Bull. Screenshot this. Even if you don't make a decision tonight and you need a week or a couple of days, or just screenshot this so you'll have it in your phone. Blockchainbullhorn.com. You can make a decision later on about what you want to do with the products that I offer, right? Don't do nothing tonight. Just think about it. Think about where you are right now. What kind of job do you have? What does the future look like? How is AI going to disrupt what you are doing right now? Are you missing the opportunity of a lifetime with blockchain where it is now, with retail investors not being the driver of this force, now institutional capital in here? Your president, if you're in the US, your president is in crypto. I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying to you, the words that are coming out of my mouth. This is the most powerful man in the world, and his family is in crypto. And I'm going to double down on what I'm saying. They're literally moving away from having a bunch of their money in what they built their legacy on, real estate, and moving it into crypto. This is a fact. Go look this information up so you understand what I am saying to you. The Trumps are heavily into crypto. They want to have their own stablecoin, which stablecoins are going to be the future of monetary value and moving stuff around. They are not playing games with you. This is the most powerful man in the world. The second most powerful man in the world, in my opinion, right, who runs BlackRock, Larry Fink, is telling you they're going to tokenize and digitize everything. That means the blockchain, that means crypto assets, stuff like real world assets like Ondo. I'm telling you what the most powerful people in the world are doing, and y'all are playing games. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Man, it don't make sense. It don't make sense at all. Man. Somebody said indicators, HTF liquidity level indicators tab. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. HTF liquidity. Yep. Dope little indicator right there. You can find out where that asset could possibly be going, right? And that means you can set up a limit order down there, right? Or you can wait for, if you have my indicators, you can wait for that liquidation to hit and then watch your indicators curl up, those EMAs and stuff like that, and find out where your 50% level is. And all it's oh man, up those EMAs and stuff like that, and find out where your 50% level is. And all it's oh man, is and all it's oh man. Somebody says, so will the bear market be bad if so much institutional government adoption is coming in? This coming in for A's. This A's, and I'm saying that as on fire, or is it A's or as on fire? Great question. So is the bear market going to be bad? Here's the thing, bro. Bear markets are always, there's several answers to this. You're going to love it. Trust me. I'm going to answer this with real utilitarian value, something that you can utilize. As soon as you get off this live, this information will absolutely impact you straight up, like right now. And when you get off the live, you'll be able to use it. Will the bear market be bad? Depends. Institutional capital is here now. So what that means is pro investors are here now. They have a longer time frame for what they want to do with their money. Their horizon for investments longer than retail. They're not looking to get out of this stuff until 5, 10, or 20 years from now. Legacy money, dynasty trust, and stuff like that. Because they're here, you may not see that crazy dip that we've seen when just retailers were here. Retailers are people that are trying to get rich now, and as soon as the market turns, they're not here for the long haul. They're trying to they hurry up and get out because they want their money so they can go and flex on Instagram and YouTube and all of that. That was a retail investment cycles. Institution capital here is now. These are pro traders. They were rich before they came into crypto. These are facts, what I'm trying to tell you. Institutional money, these boys been making money with the stock market and real now. These are pro traders. They were rich before they came into crypto. These are facts, what I'm trying to tell you. Institutional money, these boys been making money with the stock market and real estate and bonds and all kind of stuff and getting, yeah, they was rich before crypto. So now that they're into crypto, they don't treat crypto like a retail investor. They're in this stuff for longer periods of time. They're not going to be selling their Bitcoin to you. Why would they do that? They know that it's going to $500,000. They're not going to get out of this. They have multi-sig. Like you have your crypto on one of these, it's just you. You go in and you do your whole thing. And you take your crypto, move where you want. They have multi-sig joints. It takes 2 or 3 people in order to get it off. They take this shit serious. There's companies out here that have real businesses, real mining companies worth billions of dollars worth of equipment mining. They're not, these people are different is what I'm trying to tell you. So we may not see that crash of 75% Bitcoin. It might only crash down 45%. Big capital is here now. Facts. Okay. So that's one aspect to look at it. Okay. Now, how can we look at this a different way? How can we look at this a different way? Is the bear market going to be bad? Well, as a trader, the bear market can never be bad. Because as a trader, we make money going up and down the market. So when a bear market comes around, we know that we'll make most of our money off of shorts. And anything that is going up is going to be what? Temporary. Right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because you gotta hear what I'm saying, and then you gotta see it visually. So when you see it visually, you'll be like, damn, bruh. So I'm gonna go to a weekly chart on Bitcoin, and I'm gonna show you here, right, that we are in a raging bull market. In fact, I'm gonna do it on the daily chart, right? And I'm gonna use a high Fibonacci candle so you can see this. So pay attention, right? Clearly right here, look at this. This is going back to a day chart here. This is going all the way back. Let me type in BTC here, right? Let me type in Bitcoin here, and I'm gonna put it on Bitstamp, which is the OG, right? So we can see what's happening. So check this out. See if this makes sense to you. We know that this was the bull market high of 2021. So this means this was the bear market. How do you know it's a bear market? Pay attention, right? Obviously, you see the market falling down, but look at this. Heikenashis. Look. What do you see more than anything? There's way more red candles than you see green candles. Because this is a macro move to the downside, there's way more red candles than you see green candles. Because this is a macro move to the downside, rallies to the upside cannot be sustained. Right? This is a macro move to the downside. You will not be able to get out of this thing until you break out of it. Right? Crashing. Any upward move cannot be sustained, right? So we will make majority of our money shorting, and any moves to the upside we know are temporary. It's a macro thing going to the downside. Now look at this over here, right? Look what's happening now. We are in a bull market now. More green candles than red candles, and pay attention. Any moves that you see to the downside, right, cannot be sustained. Any moves to the downside cannot be sustained. You're going up. This is an uptrend, right? And it looks like that on a weekly, the same thing. Look, you see it? This is a bull market. Any moves to the downside are going to be short. They can't sustain. You are in a bull market. And over here, you are in a bear market here. Any moves to the upside will be short, cannot sustain. You are in a bear market, right? And so when I say that, when you ask the question, will a bear market be bad? Institutional money is here. It may not be as bad as you think because these people are going to hold on to their money. They got a longer out time frame for building out wealth. And if you're a trader, there's no such thing as a bad bear market. Doesn't matter. You just make money going down. That's all. You short the market going down. You see what I mean? So that answer to that question is a real answer, right? For real. That's a real answer. That's a real answer. So, yeah, there's no such thing as a trader. That's why I want y'all to have the course and learn the skill of trading, because none of this people are like, well, when is altcoin season, whatever. Altcoin season is whenever I feel like it. What are you talking about? Altcoin season is right now. You're like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's altcoin season. What are you talking about? Like right now, like the one that you want, the parabolic one, right? Because as a trader, you can set up a trade whenever you feel like it, right? And so Ethereum hasn't taken off and done the numbers that it's supposed to do right now. Ethereum is sitting at $4,500. It's going to $8,000 to $12,000, but at $4,500, I'm up about $8,000. It's altcoin season for me now for Ethereum. For XRP, it's altcoin season right now. For HBAR, is because these are 3 trades that I took that I'm up massively, about 11 G's right now. So it's altcoin season right now, regardless of the market pulling back. Look over here. You look today, look at the cryptos today. Here's your this is your top 100 cryptos today. They're all down. I could care less because I'm a trader. None of this matters to me at all. So what? So what? You see what I'm talking about? That's real, right? The top 100 cryptos, 99% of them are red today. Doesn't matter to a trader. So a lot of people make money shorting it, but because I had entry points that was way below these pullbacks, I'm still up. That doesn't even matter to me. Could care less. Could care less. That's when you know that you are a trader. When you go in and you look at the market, you say, man, the market down, stuff like that. You be like, you want to go play golf? You're like, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to look at my phone, man, because I'm in a trade with her. Put your phone down, bro. Let's go play golf, bro. Don't matter. I mean, I'm trying to look at my phone, man, because I'm in a trade with her. Put your phone down, bro. Let's go play golf, bro. Don't matter. Oh man, because I'm in a trade with her. Put your phone down, bro. Let's go play golf, bro. I'm not offering it right now, but I will bring it back. I am going to bring it back for a short period of time, just help some people out. Somebody asked me to look at Polkadot. We're gonna look at Polkadot, guys, and then I'm gonna kind of recap this thing and jump out of here. Because I'm gonna go live tomorrow, because we got to find out and see what the market's gonna do leading up to Wednesday. So I'm already in position for some trades and stuff like that. So I got several positions in. Let's look at that. Thanks, sir. Let's look at Polkadot, and let's look at, because I don't know if y'all are trading or not, so I'm looking at Polkadot on Binance, which is basically the spot. And you're gonna wanna, I'm gonna look at this on a daily chart, right? Here's what you need to know about Polkadot, right? It is right now like suffering badly. Okay, it is consolidating. Now, this is the chart as a whole. I'm on the daily. Okay, so this is what Polkadot looks like right now. It's had some rallies up here to this 11, almost $12 area right up here. You see that? That's actually a double top right there. This right here is called a double top. So you pretty much knew that this is going to come slamming down, because this is a double top right here. But it's way down here now at $4. And so if I zoom in on this a little bit, let me just do this. If I zoom in on this a little bit, I can kind of see what's going on here, right? And you say, well, what would you do right now if you was me? I wouldn't do anything in Polkadot right now. Look at this. Because this looks like this could be, that's a top, that's another top right there. So I wouldn't do anything, because this is what's happening for me. Like, real talk. If I was to take this and I was to drag this out like this, what do you see? Let me go ahead and show it to you. Look, I'm dragging it all the way out here. What do you see? Right? This box that is in right now, I'm all the way back here to August of 2024. Look, August of 2024. I'm on a day chart now. I know that polka dot, whenever it gets down here, it's a good time to grab it. Down here in this area. Like anywhere down here, like 360 or something like that. Good place to grab it. Down here in this area. Right? Anywhere down up in here in this area, it's a good place to grab it. Right? Because you're grabbing what is basically a support level down here. Right? That's just facts. So if I get rid of all of this and I really do this the right way like a pro, right? Let me do this like a pro and not an amateur. That was an amateur move what I did. Let me show you what the pros would do. They would go up here and they would take this to where you're getting majority of the touches. Look, touch there, pretty much touch here, touch. Even though it broke down out of this, it came right back to that. So that's the bottom right here, but broke out back to the bottom support, right? So, and then all of this is support. Anytime polka dot comes down here at $3.66, it's a buy. And it's been that since August, so like since 2024, August 2024. See it? If it ever comes down here, you want to grab it up, $3.60. And grabbing it down there allows you to run up here to this top side where you're seeing all of these different touches up here. That's where you would sell it off up here at about 467. So this is just a little ping pong game here. Buy it here, sell it here. This is called buy support, sell resistance. That's all that is. This is a little game. Look at the little cute little game. Now, when do you get outside of this game? You get outside of this game when you can get this to break outside this box, right? That's called a break, and retest the top side of it and find support on the top side, right? That's when it can do this. If you don't believe that, that's all you got to do is go back here and look at it right here. Ping, ping, ping. Here's the break. Here's the retest candle right there. You see it? Look at that. That's when you get these things that look like this, right? And you could drag this all out. Look, you could drag this all the way out. Look, I'm keeping it real with you. Look. You think this is a game? Somebody say he's a pro. He's showing you how the pros do it. All of that, what I just showed you, that 360, look, that even goes all the way back here to 2023, October of 2023. That's the same $3.60 down there at the bottom. Look, that same 365 right there. Look at it. You see it? October 2023. Look, it ran up. Pay attention. It broke outside this box right here. There's the break, right? Ran up, came back to retest, found support, and look at this rally. So this right here, breaking out of that box, that was your rally up there, right, for 152%. Breaking out of this box is your rally here for 150%. Ladies and gentlemen, it's right here. So I wouldn't do anything here because this is the middle of the road. This is, somebody say, it's in no man's land. Do nothing. It's not at the bottom. It's not at the top. It's in the middle, which means you don't know if it's going to slam down here and put you in unrealized gains immediately or stop you out of your trade or whatever. So don't do anything. This shit is in the middle. Do nothing. Wait for it to either come down here or wait for it to push up here. If you see it push up here and find support, look, that's called a break. Like I was telling you, a break and retest. That's where you want to grab this for the potential of this thing to run up like that. If it comes down here, right, you want to make sure that you grab some of it and put a stop loss somewhere down here. Like you would open a trade up and it would look something like this. You would open a trade like right here, boom, and you would put a stop loss somewhere up under like these wicks right here. Well, that's too far down. Obviously, that's 17%. Don't do that unless you're just straight on spot. But you see these wicks down here? You want to put it down outside of this box. Like, if you come way down here, whatever, I'm out. Just get me out the trade right there for sure. But that's your buy area right here. That's your sell area if you're going to play this ping pong game. If you're waiting for a real move, it has to break and be on top side of this box. That's how you get those moves. That's polka dot for the person who asked me about polka dot. How's that right there? How did I do? Right? Remember, I'm old school, so when you show up to class, you can't say, I got all the right answers. The teacher's going to bring you up to the board and say, show the work. How did I do for the person that was asking me about polka dot? Do you think that that's real TA for you? It is. Trust me. And I was just looking at it on a daily chart just so we can look at the macro of what's happening there. I didn't really go into that microscope like with the fine tooth glass. But that gives you a really, really good idea of what you need to be doing with Polkadot. Pretty much stay away from it right now. It's too much in the middle of that ping pong area. I would wait for it to break. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. Wait for it to break $4.67 and find support on the top side of it. You know what I'm saying? Throw your little trade together, man. Put you a nice little stop loss in there. Sit back. Let it run up. Let it run up. That's what I would do. Was that good? All right, listen. I'm going to recap this thing now. 11:38. Bitcoin right now, guys, is looking bullish as long as it stays above 115,000. That's the market leader for crypto, Bitcoin. It controls still close to 60%, like 58% of the market. So you need it to stay above 115,000. Straight up. Ethereum, which is the second largest crypto on the blockchain, but the biggest altcoin, if Ethereum runs, the other altcoins will start following and catching up behind it. So your Suis, your Aptos, your Cardanos, your XRPs, your Chainlinks, and your Avalanches and all, they'll follow ETH. Ethereum needs to stay above $4,500. That's your recap. You don't got a whole lot of homework. 115 for Bitcoin, 4,500 for Ethereum. If we can stay above those numbers going into the FOMC meeting, very, very strong possibility that the market runs and does something incredible for your portfolio. If we start losing those numbers, you already know what it is. I mean, down goes Frazier. All right? So, yeah. Are y'all good with that? That analysis right there and that information. Sarah put my website up there for those of you who want to check out my course, my crypto trading course, or my crypto cheat guide. Screenshot this right now on your phone. Well, it just went away, but if you got a chance to look at it, it's blockchainbullhorn.com. Blockchainbullhorn.com. So it's down there. If you look, it's down there. Somebody said, wow, you're on late. Yeah, I was gone for the weekend. I told y'all that I was going to come back and hang out with y'all for till Wednesday so we can see what's going on with the FOMC meeting. But yeah, I'm still bullish, guys. I still have trades open. Those are still long positions. Some of those positions I took, as the market pulled back, I took some profits and shut some of the trades down, but I still have a lot of trades open, and so I'm bullish. I'm still long, and we'll see what happens. I don't have a crystal ball, but you have the numbers now, and so let's see what happens there. And I screenshotted that stuff. Let me make sure I screenshotted the market cap. I got that screenshot for real. I want to make sure I screenshot Ethereum. Yep, telling people that it needs to stay above pretty much 4,500, and I got Bitcoin at 115. Do I got Bitcoin at 115? Oh, let me do that right now. I got the total market cap, but I don't have Bitcoin. I got Ethereum, but I don't have Bitcoin. No. I gotta do that. What? How do I not have a screenshot of Bitcoin? My stuff I did. Oh, there it is right there. 115,000. Yeah, I got it right here. Hold on. I'm going to show it to y'all, and I'm going to screenshot it. This is where Bitcoin needs to stay above. Pretty much 115. It's like 114.7 or something like that, but you get the idea. This is where Bitcoin is right now. It's at 115,366. It needs to stay above this yellow line, which is roughly 114.7. I'm just calling it 115 because you can see here, support. Right there is support. And it was once resistance here. Resistance, that's the break, there's the retest. So that is your support level right now. If you lose this, you can come down here and start dealing with a Bitcoin down here at about 113,000, where these levels of resistance was. And if it slides past that, then you're going to be dealing with this area down up in here where this support level was of 110. So I'm just telling you, you want to hold above this yellow bar. What was once resistance is now support. And it needs to stay that way. Okay? So That's it. I'm gonna screenshot that. So y'all got the information, but I'm gonna screenshot it so I can have it on my desktop. We'll see how this plays out over the next 48 hours or so. Wednesday rolls around. Gonna be good. We'll see what happens. All right, cool. How y'all feel? How y'all feel? This information that we went over today, lot of information that I dumped on this live. Not sure how long you've been here, but for those of you who've been here during a good bit of the duration of this live, it's been a potent live for sure. It's been a potent live for sure. And I share all that information with y'all because I really want